We did it! We hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody who's here. This is so exciting for us. We've been having at it for a long time here, and we are super pumped. So, what we're going to do today is we are going to do a special 2,000 subscriber Q&A special, and it's going to be awesome. And we got a bunch of questions from people in the Discord. Shout outs to everybody in the Discord. Shout outs to all of our members. This is going to be so great. We're going to have a good time. But before we get into it, Slam, I see you're chilling by the fire, buddy. How's it going, homie?
Yeah, I mean, it's going well. I threw a fire on at Brandon's recommendation, and, I kind of like it.
It's a nice vibe. I like this.
It feels nice to have it there in the background because I can see it, and it makes me feel relaxed. Other than that, everything's good. Just living it up. Oh, my daughter drew digital pictures of us. She's an artist at heart, and she wanted me to show you guys here. I hope it'll come through on the camera.
Oh,
yo,
look at
let's
us.
freaking go, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah, she did a great job. She's very proud, and I think it looks really cool.
It does. Let her know we love them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like Persona Q, but like Level Up Legacy style.
It is, isn't it?
Basically,
Yeah.
in
I love
Persona
that,
right?
Q.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I like the little beards that she drew on me and you, Brandon.
That was so cute. I like the little round heads.
And then Mags is winking. Like,
Yeah.
But
We got it.
other than that, I've just been playing a lot of video games. I actually replayed through Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and I finished that on the Switch too. Let's go and shout out to Nintendo. They
Shout out.
sent me a physical copy of the game after
Let's
giving
freaking
me
go,
a code. So
dude.
this tells me that Nintendo knows that we care about physical games. They were like, do you want a physical version of the game? Absolutely, I do.
Yes.
So yeah, shout out to them for that.
Always.
I finished that on the Switch too, and I forgot how insane that ending is. Oh my god, it was so good. Like those last, I don't know, like 5 or so chapters are like unreal.
Dude,
okay?
it's so freaking good, man.
Like I was like, I feel like now that, because the first Xenoblade game I played was 2. And then I went back and played 1, and then I played 3 and all the DLC. And then after playing all the Xenoblades and going back and playing Xenoblade 1, I was like, I got so much more out of this than I did the first time I played it. So that's awesome. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is out today.
Yep.
And I'm starting that one.
Attaboy.
I'm gonna play them all in order as they come out on the Switch too.
Let's
go. So that's what I'm on. Playing a lot of Xenoblade. Splatoon Raiders. I've been playing that. I love it. I like Splatoon. I play the multiplayer games as they come out, but this is my jam because it is like, I don't know, kind of Borderlands-ish, where you're like going to these different levels. And it's single player, but you can do co-op. So like, you can have people join up and do these like raids with you, as they call them. And you go through, and each one of these levels is so quick. You could kind of get wrapped up in this gameplay loop and get really addicted to it because the levels can be done in like, I don't know, 10 minutes sometimes. And it's just wild. It's so crazy. And I've been loving every minute of it. I think it was also an interesting conversation where I was having with somebody the other day where we were talking about Metacritic and stuff. And the Metacritic user score for Splatoon Raiders is insane. It's like 9.3, which is like way higher than the Metacritic score, which rarely happens. We're in a day and age where usually games get like review bombed and, like the user score is like a 2 or something when, the critic score is like in the 80s or something like that. But this wasn't the case. I think it was 83 or something on Metacritic. And then the user score was super high. People apparently love it. I really, really enjoy it. I think it's like a cool turn your mind off a bit type game and just like have fun. Like it's just the definition of fun. So that's what I've been playing.
Word.
Yeah.
Love
Nice.
that. Yeah, I've been eyeballing Splatoon Raiders. My niece is very, very into Splatoon, has been since the series started. So when Raiders came out, I texted her and I was like, "Hey, are you going to get this?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have money." And then like 5 minutes later, she's like, "I think I have money. I think I'm going to get it." And I think she got it digitally or something. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
found the
a
money.
way.
I found the money.
Way.
Gotta get it.
Dug under
We've all
some
been
couch
there.
cushions or something, and figured out where to get that money. But I have it on my wish list. I haven't picked it up yet because I'm still working through a bunch of stuff, but we'll get to me in a second. Mags, how's it going for you?
Yeah, doing good. Super happy that we reached 2,000. What a cool milestone. So thank you everyone for making that possible, because that's just so awesome. It's just a huge blessing to see that. So we're super pumped. But yeah, as far as games, work has been like super busy for me. So I've really not been playing much beyond Digimon, which has been really fun and honestly a great game to just kind of like ease into after a long day, because I just love the gameplay loop. You kind of explore different areas, clear them out, fight your Digimon, convert them, Digivolve, load enhancement to like boost your current party, and then you battle the bosses. And so it's just kind of a nice loop as you go through the game. And I also just love how funny this game is and how all the Digimon have like their own personalities and way of speaking. What is it? Whalemon, I think, like absolutely cracked me up because he was like, well. And so I was laughing so hard when that happened. But I just love the charm of it. It reminds me a lot of the anime and just kind of how wholesome it was. But there's also some drama, obviously some time traveling shenanigans happening. And I think the game does a really good job balancing all of that, just like the anime did, where you have the drama, but you also have the fun, like heartwarming, like power of friendship stuff too. So that's been a really fun thing to play lately.
Yeah. I can't imagine how you could find whale funny and not like Dragon Quest, but we'll get there one day. One of these days we'll get there. Very similar style of humor, but yes, I am also still hooked on Digimon. I am like, I'm gonna 1000% this game. There's always a temptation when you get a code to just like get through it as quickly as possible to get to sort of a review state when you're a content creator. But I can't put this down, and I figured out, how to get like these stupidly powerful Digimon. When I get to a certain rank, I just hit rank 7, but by rank 8, I can do some other crazy things. So I've spent a lot of time like figuring out who I want as my main Digimon, which ones I need to fuse, how to get like the ultimate version. And I've been preparing for those kinds of things. But also still just really enjoying finding, like going down the Digivolution paths with mons that I may not end up using, but it's still cool to see like what I can get. And I'm already getting to the place where some of the story Digimon, like Marukimon or things like that, like I can have them in my party if I go down a certain path. And so I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Got like Venusmon, Marukimon, Neptunemon, all of those that are a part of, or you see them throughout the story. You can start to get them in your party when you get to a high enough agent rank. And I've been doing all of the side quests. Like I've been doing everything. I've been seeing DLC's been dropping because I said I got the code. Shout outs to Bandai for the Ultimate Edition. So I'm just getting it loaded every time they drop something. And I have like 3 full DLC episodes that I can get to once I beat the game. So I think I'm just gonna go. That being said, I just got this. And
dude, it's so worth another playthrough. There were so many moments like
this will be my fourth time if I play through this,
where I was going through it and I was like, this looks so much better than it has any right to. There are some frame dips in some of the more open areas. Like I started experiencing them, I think in like chapter 10 when you're in like those I can't remember what it's called. You're in like these big open outdoor areas with lots and lots of enemies. But they're not significant. They're not bad. And the game is so gorgeous. Like it looks so crisp. It's it's unbelievable. It's so good.
Yeah, and I really want to play through. I want to play through all three of them. So I pre-ordered all of the physical copies because I want the Switch 2 versions. 2 in particular, especially with some of the quality of life stuff that they put into the Switch 2 version. I'm like, I want to get through
excited.
1 again.
Like,
I want to play through 2 again
right now.
Yeah. And then now I'm just like super hyped for whatever 3 is going to be, because the stuff that they're doing in 2 is not insignificant. Like, they've added characters, they've added story, they've changed some of the mechanics so that they're much more accessible with like the field skills and things like that. That's a big deal. This is not just like a little upgrade. Like, this is like the definitive version of 2. And there is a free upgrade for Torna. So that has been confirmed. A little bit bummed that it's not going to be on the cartridge. So
if you don't have Torna already, right? Like, say you never bought Xenoblade 2, you never bought Torna, you have to buy Switch 1 version of Torna, and then it's just like an automatic upgrade to the Switch 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can, I think, still get it physically, but
I think it's kind of expensive though now.
Is it now? I got it a couple years ago for like $50. I feel like that was a pretty good deal, but I don't know if it's still like that.
I don't have the physical version of it.
I do. Okay, it's still about 50, 55 on eBay. That's not too bad.
Yeah. I just grab it physically, especially if you're going to get the rest of them physically. It's just nice to have them all.
Yeah, and if anybody here does any sort of collecting, like get Torna. Torna is going to be one of those physical copies in the future that's going to be stupidly expensive because they didn't produce very much. I think they came out with like a second round.
They did.
But it's very niche. Before that second round, the game was getting up to like $90.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was hard to find physically for a while.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think they reran it, but Yeah.
It
was for a while.
Yeah, especially when Pyra and Mithra hit Smash Bros, the prices of those games just took off. Yeah. I'm excited to see what they do with 3 as well. I really hope I don't think they will on the Switch 2 version that I already pre-ordered, but man, I would love to see them put Future Redeemed on cartridge somehow, some way. If Torna is going to be on cartridge, like Future Redeemed deserves to be on a cartridge. But anyway,
I'd get that so quickly.
Oh yeah, hardcore. So I will be getting to that soon as well. I won't talk a lot about this on here because we've already talked about it, but I'll also be participating in the blackout for PlayStation coming in August. There's a lot of people online that are going to do a boycott. It's a time-based boycott. And there's a lot of people online that are kind of poo-pooing it, but as a community thing, just as a way to show like we're taking this seriously, I think why not? I got plenty of Switch stuff going on, and I think all of us here are already completely disinterested in the PS6. So
yeah, I just upgraded my GPU to I was like, it's PC now for me. So
Yeah.
So I'll have that coming up as well. So I won't be touching the PS5.
No, me neither. I just have so much to play on the Switch too. It's not really a big deal. So
and they know it because they're sending people physical copies. Anyway,
good stuff.
I'll keep you guys updated on Digimon. Super excited about that. But
we
have a bunch of questions here. So here's how we're going to do this. We had some questions from last week that we didn't get to because we had such a large response. So we're going to start with some of those questions from our members. Shout outs to all of the members. Again, all of your support has been wonderful. I do want to shout this out here because I'm not sure everybody is aware of this. And frankly, I haven't been talking about it as much as I should. For the highest tier of our members, we have a bonus episode for you every month. So this month we did a full Final Fantasy VII Rebirth episode. Mags finally beat it. There's all kinds of conversations we've had around Remake and Rebirth and Final Fantasy VII in general. So that is for our highest tiers of members. If you are on one of the lower tiers, you do get access to our pre-show as well. So between those, there are hundreds of hours of content in addition to the weekly podcast that we have. So if you are interested at all in supporting us on this podcast, we very much appreciate your support, and there is a lot of extra value for you there. And then you can also join the Discord for free, and you can join in the shenanigans because there's all kinds of shenanigans. We have a great time there. So just wanted to shout that out first and foremost. And now, without further ado, we are going to dive into the questions, starting with Paul Cassetta. Y'all ready for this?
Let's go.
Every time I say that, I'm thinking like Space Jam. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, it goes on my head as soon as you say it every time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the first question. Hey all, hope everyone is doing well and enjoying the summer. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine talking about JRPG/RPG games and how I felt some of the best stories in video games come from these. He is not a fan of the genre and said he felt that games like Red Dead 2, Last of Us, and Metal Gear did better. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I do feel like for a story with a grander scope, you would be in good hands playing some of the better JRPGs out there. It's all subjective. It depends on your taste in games and storytelling. However, this got me curious about others' opinions on the topic, so I wanted to ask what your thoughts were on the whole storytelling aspect in the JRPG RPG genre versus others. And also, what are, in your opinion, some games outside of the JRPG genre that sit up there with some of the best stories in games? That's a great question.
It is a great question, and your friend, I'll start off. Your friend mentioned some real great outliers here. Okay, Red Dead 2 and Metal Gear, like these are some of the best written stories in video games, hands down. And there's few games across any genre that compares to those. So I'll just say that. Now, if we want to talk from a more broader perspective, where we're like, other RPGs as a whole versus JRPGs as a whole, I tend to prefer personally JRPG storytelling. I know that I could pick up any JRPG most of the time and find something to enjoy out of most of those stories, just because, those speak to me more, right? But you asked, for examples of RPGs that are not JRPGs that kind of sit up there on that level. Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2, like that whole trilogy, definitely up there. I like the kind of like storytelling done through like exploration, like the Elder Scrolls series, like all the little side stories and side quests and things like that with Fallout as well. I think Red Dead 2 is like big budget movie level storytelling and is one of the best games I've ever played. Metal Gear, like anything Kojima does, if you've watched the show for a while now, you know how much of a diehard fan of his that I am. So I just love the way he tells stories. But as far as, JRPGs go, you have things like Expedition 33, and you got Final Fantasy has some of the best stories out there. There's so many even like smaller JRPGs that have like I Am Setsuna, where you've got really, really good heartfelt stories told in these games that you wouldn't expect. And they don't have this mainstream appeal that some of these other titles from other genres actually do. So I think that there are good stories to credit your friend, right? This is all subjective and maybe their preferences lean elsewhere. There are good stories everywhere in video games, right? You just kind of have to find the ones that resonate with you more. Because at the end of the day, we're all different.
All different.
We are.
Yet all the same. Just kidding. Go ahead, Max.
I thought he was going to say something else and then he didn't. So I was just
did I sound like I was going to continue that sentence?
Maybe. It's okay though.
Maybe.
It's okay.
We're all different and stuff.
And stuff and things. Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Slam said here. One of my favorite things about video games are the stories within the games. And I think depending on the genre, you can kind of get different types of stories or at least experience them in different ways. My favorites, of course, are from RPGs and JRPGs. I think JRPGs usually just have these like incredible stories with a lot of lore and heart to it and mysteries that kind of are slowly like unfolded before you as you play. And Western RPGs, I feel like, do a really good job of letting you be a part of the story, which is something that I really enjoy as well. You mentioned Mass Effect Slam. I think that's a great one. There's Baldur's Gate 3, there's the
Yeah, that's
Dragon Age
another one.
series. I love those games and their stories as well because you have a pivotal role in what happens in those stories and even how they could end. So that's a huge like plus to Western RPGs. But I've also found a lot of amazing stories outside of the RPG genre. Like Red Dead 2, again, is amazing. I think it is one of the best stories. I think it's just told in a really compelling way through Arthur Morgan to where like you feel connected to him and what happens to him in such an emotional way. And then I also think about visual novels where the story really is the focus in those types of games. And so it has to be good because it's got to keep you present into the experience. And so I think of The House in Fata Morgana. That story is incredible. And there's not a ton of gameplay in that game, but like the story will keep you invested. I think of Jack John, which is one of my favorite Otome visual novels. So, yeah, there are a lot of amazing stories. And I think that if that is something you enjoy, just find the genre that speaks to you the most and you'll find some good stories there and it'll be the complete experience that you want.
Yeah. I think I have found from people who are not into RPGs, and I'm sorry, this is going to hurt everybody a little bit, but I'm going to say it anyway. I have found that a lot of people have trouble getting past the anime aesthetic to get to some of those stories, especially when a lot of JRPGs go a little bit heavy into some of the fan service. That can be hard for them to get past. But I have found that Japanese storytelling tends to prioritize things that a lot of Western storytelling does not. Like Persona, for example, is a storytelling masterclass that is super unique in how it handles philosophy and identity and all of these other very deep, meaningful topics that can connect deeply with you. And that's going to be very different from Red Dead. That's going to be different than Mass Effect. Like you'll have those elements in there, right? But the way they go about working through some of those issues and the character development and the way the characters come together is going to be pretty distinct. There's a pretty distinct difference there in your Western and your Japanese storytelling. So I love all of it. If it's a good story, it's a good story. I jokingly said we're all different, but we're all the same. But like in a sense, stories are powerful for everybody. Storytelling is part of what makes the world go round. It's how humans connect with each other. It's how humans can grapple with emotions. It's how we can process information. It's how we can learn and grow. There's something to be said about reading or watching or playing stories that have an impact on you personally because they resonate with you. And those things can actually have some sort of change in your life or be the catalyst for some sort of change in your life. Stories are powerful. So I don't think there needs to be I don't think there needs to be a clash of who does it better per se. It's just that Japanese storytelling does prioritize things differently. And I think that's why you have some people who maybe weren't into RPGs that played Expedition 33 or played Persona, and they were kind of blown away at this whole genre that they missed. And yes, Expedition 33, I understand it's not Japanese, but the storytelling is still, it takes from a lot of that. It's heavily influenced by that. So I would still say that that's in there as well. Yeah, but I think you can get good from both. And to Slam's point earlier, if you have games you can resonate with in the storytelling, then great, enjoy those things. But not that too many people are going to be at our podcast looking for advice on starting JRPGs per se, because we're obviously a JRPG podcast. But if anybody is listening and they are struggling to get into JRPGs because they're skeptical about the level of depth they'll get in storytelling, give it a chance. Go check out our ranking on beginner RPGs, Persona, Trails, Final Fantasy. These are all good places to start. Yeah, you may see a little bit of grump in that video, but still, there's some great games that are shouted out. So, yeah, that's my answer. Why are you laughing, Slam?
No, I just thought that was like it was a funny video.
It was. We were all very passionate in that video.
We just got a comment recently from someone who was just like, I hate these types of videos because everybody's so angry.
Yeah, I think it said something just like, I don't like to watch tier lists for this reason. And I was like, I get that. So.
All right. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
This one's from Kirk Serious Gaming. Shout outs. Hey everyone, hope you are doing wonderful. This week I wanted to ask, when you first started playing JRPGs, which one was your favorite? And since then, has it changed at all? And if so, what is your favorite now? I know it's a tough one, but thank you all so very much for always answering my questions.
It's a tough one.
That's cool.
When I first started playing JRPGs, I would have to say my favorites bounced between, it was the PS1 era. Like that was when I first started getting into the genre. And I think it would bounce between Final Fantasy VII and Legend of Dragoon. Those were just two games that I absolutely adored as a kid. And then, went into the PS2, and Final Fantasy X ended up being like one of my favorite games ever. Growing up, like I would obsess over it at school and on the school bus and just like talking about it with everybody, Final Fantasy X was the thing. It was the hotness back then. Now my favorite JRPG and my favorite game of all time is Persona 5 Royal. I think it just is, it's just so good. The palaces, the characters, the aesthetic, like the UI, the soundtrack, it's just a game that and we just spoke about stories and games that like resonate with you personally. And I think Persona 5, there was a lot of build up for that one. I remember when it was about to come out. I came off Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, and I was just like so hyped to get into another Persona game. And I knew it was going to be good because it released in Japan first, and the hype was real. Everyone was going crazy about it. I remember IGN, Andrew Goldfarb, back in the day, I used to follow him a bit, and he was a Persona obsessed. And he wrote a review for the Japanese version of the game, and it was just like he was blown away at like how good it was, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this game. And then I played it and was still shocked at how much I loved the original Persona 5, and then Royal just made everything even better. So yeah, that's my favorite game right now. And who's to say, Persona 6 might end up taking the top spot. We'll see. I might even be convinced that Persona 4 Revival could take over that spot, because I love Persona 4, and Persona 4 Revival looks so good. I mean,
it does.
But I'm yeah, Persona as a series is like my jam.
Yeah. So for me, when I first started playing, it was Pokemon. I was so obsessed as a kid. And like you had mentioned about Final Fantasy X Slam, it was Pokemon for me at school. Like that, that was all we talked about, was just playing the games, trading Pokemon, like which one, like we would like play on the playground and pretend we had Pokemon. Like it was just like everywhere all the time. And I had so much fun with it. I mean, it's definitely like it consumed a chapter of my life and brought a lot of joy and a lot of people into my life that I'll forever be thankful for. I have continued to be a Pokemon fan since, but it's definitely like waned a bit as time has gone on. I feel like now I'm in a better spot because ZA really kind of brought me back. But I think I've just changed a little bit as a gamer. And want different things from games that Pokemon provides. I think Pokemon's mainly about the gameplay and the collecting and building your team and, finishing the task of either, getting the gym badges or whatever it might be. But now I'm way more in tune to stories and characters and how all of that can fit into the gameplay more. So now, of course, it's the Trail series. I
Yeah.
don't think I have to say
No,
a
we all
lot
knew it was
there.
coming,
Everyone
yeah.
knows.
Shocked and
Right.
appalled.
Not appalled. What?
No, we're appalled.
No, we are definitely
Yeah.
appalled.
Definitely
Well,
appalled.
Shocked
Yeah.
and appalled.
Yeah.
Get
And
over
appalled.
it.
And Trails is up there for me too.
Yeah, it's so good.
You're getting me with this one.
Yeah.
with
No,
the
I know. I
series,
mean, I know. I don't have any doubt. Like, y'all are going to be like massive Trails fans by the time you're caught up, and you're going to be like, Mags was right this whole time.
Trails is great.
She sure was.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sure was.
she sure was.
But yeah, so it just, as a series, it just has so many things that I love. It has a story that is so interconnected, and there's so much care that goes into it. It has an amazing cast of characters, and it also has just a lot of mystery and lore to where like you're really having to put the puzzle pieces together every time you play a new game to see how it fits with the games that came before. And so I just love that, and I think it's such an amazing series. So it's changed. Still a Pokemon fan, but I'm a Trails sicko now, and that's just how it is.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just how it
obsessed
is,
with
yeah.
Pokemon too. I mean, like I was into the cards and collecting the cards and the
Yes.
toys and the anime
Just
and like
everything, the movies, like all of it. Like, and honestly, Pokemon was why, like, my three best friends in elementary school, like, why we were even friends. Like, we became friends because of that, and then we stayed friends, like, from second to fifth grade.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so cool.
I used to
Yeah.
save up my allowance to go to the card shops and it's like
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
Those were the days.
When I first started playing it, like it was like Pokemon was. I mean, it was basically like the first of the games that I played at all. Like I had a Super
Same.
Nintendo, so I played some of those games as well, but not RPGs. And I was totally into the Pokemon hype. We had like a local card shop where at the time before Pokemon cards were like available at like Walmart or whatever, there was this
Mhm.
local guy that had them and he was selling the packs for like $12. But my dad would get me card packs, and then we would go up to this place called Big Bear in California. Shout outs if anybody knows where that is, where there were these like arcades that sold Pokemon cards as well. And so I was totally obsessed with that. I ended up really going down the Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem path because Final Fantasy, I've told this story before, but I had a friend who's actually been on the show before in an episode way back when who got me into Final Fantasy. I made fun of her about it. She told me to sit down, shut up, and play. And it was Final Fantasy VIII, and I was totally
Good
obsessed.
for her.
And then a friend in high school gave me a CD case full of all of the Final Fantasies on PlayStation, and I went and bought a PS2 with lunch money that I saved up by eating my friends' breadsticks that they weren't going to finish and not spending my own money. And so I just like
Amazing.
binged through those. 9 was the standout for me. Like I absolutely loved 9. It just hit for me in a way that was just an inch above everything else because I loved all of them. And then when I got my hands on Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance, I was obsessed with that game. I played through that game, I kid you not, like 10 times in a row. I still have memories of the Michael Phelps Olympics. And my parents being in the other room, and I'm like on a couch, and we had like tile work going on. So there was like a bunch of stuff around the couch. So I was in this like little corner with Fire Emblem, and I was just obsessed with that game. And they'd be like, "Oh, Michael Phelps is on," and then I'd like run in, watch him. We'd freak out about him winning, and then I'd go back to my corner and play Fire Emblem. I loved those. Those were kind of like core RPGs for me. And then of course I was obsessed with anything Square on it at all. Got into Dragon Quest, got into Radiata Stories, got into Star Ocean, got into all of it. Now where I'm at now, it's really hard for me to pick. I'm still totally obsessed with the Fire Emblem series. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has got to be like top tier for me. Like
so good.
3 is just so freaking good. And to your point, Mags, when you talk about like the mystery of how these games connect, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, like once you hit the end of 1 and you get into 2 and you get into 3, like that's almost immediately what you're doing. You're like, okay, how are we here? How is this connected? What's going on? And the way it all comes together is just brilliant. And the music in 3 is just some of my favorite music. So I think franchise wise, I'd still say Fire Emblem is probably at the top for me, but individual game wise, like it's hard to beat Xenoblade 3 for me. It's just so freaking good and it just hits everything right. Obviously Persona and all of that stuff as well. Like we've talked about on this show, there's all these games that we love, but yeah, I think that's what I'll go with. That was a great question though. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, walk down memory lane.
Yeah. Oh man, even just remembering the old arcade with the cards. They had Yu-Gi-Oh cards too, so I got into Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. I was like super obsessed with that.
Game Boy Advance games.
Yes,
I played the heck out of those too.
Those games. Oh
the sacred cards. That game was so good. So
man,
anyway.
I got that a couple of years ago. I got it like they had it at some retro store and I picked it up again. It was like dirt cheap. It was like $8 or something. And I popped it in my Game Boy Advance and I was like, I'm still obsessed with this.
It's
game.
so good. It was so underrated. I feel like it was so much fun. So
man. Yeah.
Good times.
Right. Next question. This one's from Raylix. Shout outs. Says, hey, hope you all are thriving. Time waits for no one and life moves pretty fast. What we put in and what we get out of it constantly shapes and evolves us. With that said, do your favorite JRPGs shape your expectations of life? Or does your experience of life shape what becomes your favorite JRPG? Cheers.
Wow. Such a thoughtful and introspective question. I think both. I know that's probably
cheating.
like a cheating a little bit. Okay,
not if you explain yourself.
One.
You can explain yourself, you know.
Okay. I'm just teasing.
I think
you can pick both.
The experience of JRPG. I feel like if the experience of JRPGs affect like they shape your like expectations of life, they would in turn kind of like my experience of life kind of ends up it's they feed off one another. It's like Ouroboros. Is what I'm trying to get at here. But
I see you, Max. Let's go.
But
she just casually drops that one in there.
I think ultimately, if I had to pick one, it would be my experience of life shape what becomes my favorite JRPGs. And I say that because I have certain games that are my favorite games because of where I was in life when I played them. And I've actually replayed games I didn't like and different periods of my life and then ended up loving them. So like maybe I'm in a frame of mind at one point where I'm just like, man, this isn't good for me right now. I'm not feeling it. But later on, I play it and I'm like, you know what? This is a great game. You know, so I think that would be the one I would choose because I mean, ultimately we spend a lot of time with these games. We play a ton of JRPGs. I mean, we just had that video where we talked about all the games we played this year and I was shocked at how that was a really long video. We play a lot of video games. Yeah, just I was shocked. Not appalled, just shocked.
Not that time. Yeah,
just clarify,
not that time.
You know.
Not that time. But we spend hundreds of hours over the year playing JRPGs. So I do feel like these have such a large effect on everything with us and how you might get off work one day and sit back and pick a game that is going to help you relax, right? Or you might be on a weekend and you're trying to pick a game that is like a really good story that you can binge for hours on it. Like, I might play like 6 hours straight of Cold Steel 3 or something like that. So
Yes.
it is really interesting, as like diehard JRPG fans, how much they can affect like the real world aspects of your everyday life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, it would probably be more so, does your experience of life shape what becomes your favorite JRPG? Yes. I think that I tend to like games a lot where I feel like I can relate to the characters or what's happening in the story because I've either gone through something similar or I've known someone who's gone through something similar. And it just kind of helps me connect to the game on a different level. And so, yeah, and it's just really special when that happens. I think we had a conversation about this like way back in the Trails in the Sky spoiler cast, how, in those moments near the ending, like where you felt for Estelle and Joshua, it's so powerful because either you've been through something really horrible like Joshua, or you've seen someone go through something really horrible like Estelle, and you just connect with both of them so much because you've been there or you've been in both situations. And so I think that's just one example, but I think that's why for me, that's how it works. Because when I see the experiences that I've gone through or that people I know have gone through in media like that, it just becomes way more significant because you can relate to it and you can feel it and you connect to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this kind of goes back a little bit to the storytelling question earlier. I feel like storytelling will always have an impact on us. Good storytelling will always have an impact on us in some way, shape, or form. So that's just the beauty of storytelling. But I do think that we've talked about games that sometimes they just hit because of where you are in life. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that does speak to that kind of experience for everybody. Like Expedition 33 for me will always be an example of like an absolutely top tier game. It is objectively a very, very, very good game. For me personally, what elevated it for me in terms of my personal experience was I was going through some really, really hard stuff at the time. And the way the story handles um, the questions of um, what you are sacrificing for the sake of ignoring processing things that are happening with you um, really challenged me and hit me in a way that I didn't expect. Like that game was a powerful story. And the way it wrapped up and everything like that was powerful and challenging. And I think I equated it at some point to almost like having a literary experience. Like when you read a classic book, the impact that it has on you. Like Expedition 33 was an example of that hitting for me in that way because of the situation that I was in. So it is going to be both. I don't think that was a not valid answer, Slam. Um, it's going to be both because the storytelling will impact you, and just like in that example, my experience impacted my perception of the game, but the story of the game also challenged my experience, right? So it was that cycle that's there. um and I definitely think that's the case. And sometimes life is hard, and I just want a game that I can absolutely crack open like an egg. And it doesn't even have to be, a Expedition 33, Xenoblade 3, Persona 5 level story at all. I just need to have fun with it and enjoy my time and experience with it. And sometimes that just hits for me, and that's great. I kind of feel like that's what's happening with Digimon right now as we speak. I think the story is good. I'm having a
Mm-hmm.
good time with it, but like it's everything else about this game that's just hitting for me in a way I did not expect. So that I am absolutely loving this experience right now. And maybe I wouldn't have loved it as much if I played it when it just came out on the PS5. There's something about it hitting right now that's just doing it for me. So I feel like that happens with all of our games that we play. All right. Let's see. I think this is another Raylix question, actually.
This is the one that he submitted for the actual 2000 celebration. She merged them together.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get into this one then. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Typically, I ask how JRPGs show up in different aspects relating to your life. On this special occasion, I will ask something more direct. Here we go. What matters more to you? Choose one alignment and tell us why you chose it. Oh dear. Destinations, finish lines, achievements, advancements, progressions, victories, failures, legacy, impact, autobiography, or the journey, obstacles, lessons, experiences, scenarios, perspectives, memories, evolution, characterization, and consciousness.
Wow. I mean, I'd like to take aspects of both of those and
Not again.
culminate them.
Not
She's
again.
like, stop cheating.
See all of the above.
I'll go the journey, obstacles, lessons, experiences, sceneries, perspectives, memories, evolution, characterization, and consciousness. Because as this aligns with like JRPG specifically, I definitely prioritize like the actual journey itself in the game. And I think you asked one question one time where you're like, if the ending is spoiled, does that ruin the game? Or are you not going to play it? And I said, I like, the journey to the ending just as much, if not more. Obstacles, lessons, like experiences, sceneries, perspectives, all these things are really important to me in real life and in video games. So that's definitely the one I would choose. Although destinations, finish lines, achievements, advancements, those are all good too. I mean, picking one doesn't make the other one less than or not good. But if I had to choose one, that's the one. Mags does not like the fact that I like both options.
No, it's just funny how you're just like, just because I chose this one doesn't mean the other one's not good. Like, it's
not.
okay.
It doesn't
okay
mean
to
it's
pick
not
one.
good. It
It's
doesn't mean
what
it's not
matters
good.
more.
Yeah.
to
What
you.
matters more? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. That is my choice definitively
Cool.
over the other
Slam Zany Choice Definitive Edition.
Definitive edition choice. That one, the second one. The other one, not my choice.
There you go. See, that's the
All right.
boldness I was
Is that
looking
better?
for. Yes.
All right, cool. From
You
the
make
rest of the
that choice.
episode, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to do it for Mags. I'm going to be so definitive,
Good.
dude.
No wishy-washy.
All right, we got this.
Mm-mm-mm.
Thanks for keeping me in check, Mags. I need
All right,
those
Mags.
Anytime.
sometimes.
Which one is your choice and which one is trash?
Which one is not
Okay.
it? Not
I didn't
the
say
choice.
trash. I'm going too far the other way now. Stay in the lane. No. For me, it would also be the journey, obstacles, lessons, experiences, etc. Mainly because it's a challenge for me to have those matter more, but it's healthier for me for those to matter more. I get so caught up, I think, in making sure I get all these tasks done and achieving this goal, when in reality, I think the more important part a lot of the time is the path that took you there and everything that you learned and all the people you met and all the experiences you had and all the memories you made along the way. Like, that stuff to me has more value at the end of the day. It doesn't mean that the goal that you met wasn't good. It doesn't mean that it wasn't like an amazing thing. I mean, we're filming a video about reaching a goal that was really cool. But I think if I thought more about it, I've enjoyed the journey to get to this goal.
The goal. That's
more.
right. Me too.
So-
Me too.
There's nothing, and again, like, both of these things are great. I get what Slam was saying, but for me, I think
No,
it's just
Max,
healthier.
you can't say that. Now, wait a minute.
No, I'm just wanting him to make a choice. I also just don't want to poo-poo on the first option. But
Same.
yeah,
You know,
I get it. I
But
get
the
it.
second option is better because I think like what you said, the second option, if you put your all into those things and you prioritize those things in life, then you'll get the best of what life has to offer from the first options.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I know personally for me, I can get too wrapped up in, oh, I've got to do all these things and miss the more valuable parts of that journey. And so I'm really trying to focus on the journey more so now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good question.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know, maybe this is just like an age and maturity thing for all of us here having gone through everything that we've gone through, but like it is going to be the second choice as well. The journey, obstacles, lessons, experiences, sceneries, perspectives, memories, evolution, characterization, consciousness. That to me, to Slam's point, I don't know if I could say it any better, but prioritizing that gives you more from the other option as well, like finish lines, achievements, etc. There's something in us, there's something in the human experience that is never satisfied with an achievement. Like we're always aiming for achievements, but if we make the achievement our ultimate end, we will never be satisfied. It's just it's the constant experience, right? Everybody thinks that they need to hit a certain goal, but there's always more, right? And so I think having a focus on the journey, overcoming obstacles, the lessons you learn, those experiences that you have with people, those memories, those things make everything better. And even for this, you guys mentioned we're doing an episode celebrating a goal, but there is no sense in which we're like, all right, we did it, moving on, right? We are here because we enjoy being here and we enjoy the journey and we enjoy meeting every week and doing these episodes and being stupid and silly and having fun, and the friendship that we've built over the months, years, the Discord that we've built, the community that we have, like all of that stuff matters. And like, that's really the focus. We're here because we're having a good time. We're enjoying the experience that we're having, not because we have some definitive end goal in mind. Right. So I think that's why that kind of matters more to me, because in everything in life, that needs to be the focus. Like it is a more mature perspective, I think, and I hope I'm not insulting anybody here, or anybody watching. I mean, I don't care if I insult these guys. Just kidding. I feel like it's the more mature perspective to not get caught up on the achievement, because sometimes the achievement that you're hoping for never comes, but that doesn't mean your experience is invalid or was not worth it or was not meaningful or any of those kinds of things, right? How you get from point A to point B is important in how you conduct yourself, what you learn, all of those kinds of things. So yeah, I think it's a great, deep question. But I think we're kind of all on the same page on that one. All right. That was great. I like that one.
Yeah, good questions.
All right. So the first option was trash. Just kidding. All right. I am Maki. Are you ready for this? Are there any JRPG fan theories or unconventional interpretations that you really like? Oh, man. Personally, I like the theory that Ultimisia is a future Renoa. This is from Final Fantasy VIII. It just fits into the overall theme of Final Fantasy VIII in my eyes. Now's your turn. Pick one and try to convince your fellow crew / members to believe it. I love this.
Man. That's
ready.
great. I'll let you go.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
I'm not sure.
For me, it's there's a Majora's Mask theory that Link died and the entirety of Majora's Mask is going through the stages of grief. And it fits so well with the themes of the game because you have these characters that are dead in the game, and by helping them out and kind of giving their souls peace, you get their mask, and you have these quests related to that. And you even have quest lines like going into the bar with one of the characters, and when you help him out, you get the mask that's like crying as he's running around. So like there are so many elements of death and grief and like moving on in that game, and the fact that Link in the intro of the game has the experience that he has, like running through the forest, like he gets knocked off his horse and dragged, he like falls into a hole, and then this whole like crazy adventure happens where you're like recycling, and he's like this hero that nobody remembers. It just, I don't actually think that that's what the game was trying to, argue, that like Link actually died. But because of all of the themes that are so strongly connected to it, and the fact that the stages of grief are actually represented in the game in some way, shape, or form, I thought that was an amazing theory, that Link is actually dead in Majora's Mask.
Wow. One that comes to mind for me is the indoctrination theory in Mass Effect 3. I don't know if y'all ever thought about
you have my interest.
So over the course of that game, Shepard starts having like weird dreams, and there's a lot of like small signs, and the devs have refuted this, but who knows? There's enough evidence to support like what this theory means. Basically, throughout the game, this theory suggests that the Reapers are slowly trying to control Shepard, because if you remember in the game, a lot of how the Reapers were able to take over the galaxy so quickly is that they were able to indoctrinate the current life forms in the galaxy and turn them to their side so they could use them as their own soldiers. And so you see people and different characters get indoctrinated throughout the series. Saren gets indoctrinated in Mass Effect 1. In Mass Effect 3, the Elusive Man gets indoctrinated by the end because he's like puts Reaper tech in his like cybernetic implants, which is like, why did you do that? That's dumb. But anyway, Shepard, though, since you see the game through their perspective, you kind of start to see these signs where like they're kind of losing their grip. And one could infer that it might be because the Reapers know that Shepard is the biggest threat to their victory in taking over the galaxy. And so they are trying to convince them to join their side through like these small hints that you see throughout the game, through these nightmares. And then eventually at the end, which I don't know if I should spoil the entire ending of Mass Effect 3, but there is a certain choice that you could make at the end that will obviously not go through with the indoctrination. And then there are other choices at the end that kind of assume that you were, depending on the outcome. So people have kind of like had this theory for decades at this point now. And it's just really interesting to see how it all fits together, because there's definitely something there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, those are great. I do like the Majora's Mask one. I think I've heard that one before.
I've heard it too, and I've not even played the game. Like I've heard that that's like a very long running.
It's one of the reasons I love
thing.
that game so much is because you get some of these theories and you're like, oh yeah, that totally works.
I mean, it checks out.
I could see it. Yeah.
There was one theory that for Metal Gear Solid 3 that went around when the game came out, that it was like actually just a VR simulation. The whole game. And then there's some things that point to that, especially like kind of toward the end of the game, which I won't get into. And I even played Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta when it came out, and I was like, yeah, this kind of checks out. That might be a thing. And then there's also the Smash Brothers one where all of the characters are just toys, and the hand is like a kid's hand playing with the toys, you know.
I've never heard that one.
Master
Hand. Heard that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so
is that even a
interesting.
theory? I feel like that's just actually what
I mean,
is it lore?
Yeah,
it
could actually. I don't think they ever came out and said that's what it is, but
yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. I love that question. We could go down a whole rabbit hole with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
There's so many good ones.
All right. Next up, we got Crack Frost. Even though it's become a joke among fans that Adol ends up breaking the heart of every woman who falls in love with him in an Ys game by leaving them for another adventure, who do you think makes the best love interest for him in the series? I think Donna from Ys 8 would make both a perfect romantic and adventuring partner for him. They have compatible personalities, similar interests, and Donna is also very skilled in combat. Of all of Adel's mortal love interests, Donna is the one who makes it the most clear to him about her romantic feelings, so this wouldn't be a cause of a missed opportunity due to Adel being clueless about such things. I won't reveal details because of spoilers, but this is also the only potential romance that didn't happen because of things beyond the control of Adel or his love interest. So it seems like this romance could have happened if not for this situation. Also, they just look adorable together.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. And that's the one I would choose. But to choose a different one, just for the sake of having a different one, Karja from East 10. Yes, come on. She would
they are like siblings, Slam. What are we doing?
No, they're not like siblings.
Yes, they are.
She's like, you think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
She called him Shield Brother throughout the whole game.
Yeah, but like they just met.
Right. So
they didn't like grow up together.
No, but like I never saw that as a romantic relationship. I actually liked it because it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not sold that way, but like I'm just saying, like she could get. It just seems like a lot of the Ys games, especially, are set up for the female characters to just be like typical love interest.
Sure,
but like she is like
she's refreshing,
independent, and a refreshing take on the thing. And like not every girl to be a love interest has to be like painted that way, right?
No, I don't think so. I just think like I liked her character because she wasn't that way. And it seemed like they had a different dynamic because she was just more like a friend.
Okay.
But it's fine. I'm just saying it would be it would be interesting to have a love interest that is like more what is the word I'm looking for? Conflicting, combative, like not super like supportive of every single thing Adel does and like framed as like this, damsel.
Yeah, and exactly. So that's the only reason I chose. But I do see what you're saying. Now that you call it out, there are plenty of moments in that game where they do come off like just brothers, sibling arguments, like that they have back and forth. But
I love their dynamic. Don't get me wrong. That was one of my favorite parts of East 10. I was like, these two are great. Like they just make us such a cool duo, obviously because of the circumstances of what happens to them at the beginning of the game too. But I guess I would probably pick Dana because I think that they like, too. I've just seen like how compatible they are. And they obviously, like Ophidian said, they look cute together too. That's probably who I would pick. And I feel like she's also one of the more popular like pairings with him overall.
Wait, was that Ophidian's question? Why was it marked as Crack Frost?
You missed out the whole Discord thing.
Oh no!
Brandon, you got to get in on the lore of the Discord.
He loves Jack Frost and Crack, so he is Crack Frost.
Okay,
I don't know if the Crack. I think the Crack thing's a joke.
It is.
Jack Frost is a real.
It is a joke.
We're like calling him out in a public episode. I think Crack is a joke. Oh man,
I thought it was understood.
Yeah,
I just wanted to clarify. I think just make it clear.
Yeah,
I think Donna is obviously the one that makes sense.
It's the one. It's the answer.
Have you guys ever played East 1 and 2?
No, I haven't.
I've not.
I think the earliest one I played was Oath and Felkana.
Okay,
yeah, I played Origins.
Was it like Fina? Like I think she's like a goddess or something. Like there was some pretty strong. There was some pretty strong like romantic overtones going on there as well way back in the day, but Adel just nopes out. He's like, my real love is adventure, so sorry, ladies.
That kind of is the ship, honestly.
And he has the worst luck everywhere he goes. Don't put Adel on a ship.
No.
Anywhere. Like, why does he even go out into the ocean anymore?
It's so funny too.
Go to Zimbabwe.
A landlocked country.
A landlocked country. You'll never have this
We
problem
know it's
again.
a landlocked country. There's no cruises that go to Zimbabwe.
Dana to a landlocked country like Zimbabwe and just retire at all. That's my advice.
I think Ophidian's going to love this answer.
All right.
Oh, anyway.
Next up, we got Infinity Loop, who said, I hate giving compliments to this company right now due to their Switch 2 behavior, and obviously studio acquisitions have gotten out of hand in the last decade, but thought it might be an interesting discussion. Is the Square Enix merger the best / most successful merger in gaming? Were there more interesting or successful ones that may have eventually folded or been acquired / disbanded? In another decade or two, I think Nintendo's acquisition of Monolith could fit the bill, although it's a bit of a different situation. For extra credit, if y'all have any fun stories of how Square Enix or your favorite merger came to be, please share with the class.
The greatest merger ever told? Probably.
I think that's what they're asking. I mean, Bandai Namco.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was a big one.
But I do think the quality level of Square's output
products
is much better, especially for and more consistent.
Well, for games.
For games, yeah.
Because Bandai also has like so many other things that they do. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time thinking of one that is better.
Because there's just been so many bad ones.
Oh yeah, there's been some real bad ones.
Yeah, so I think it's harder to point out ones that are actually good and seem beneficial.
I mean,
there are some people though who would argue that what Squaresoft was coming out with was far superior to what we got from Square Enix after the merger. There's actually quite a large Square audience that some of which won't play Square Enix games at all. They just like their Squaresoft games from back in the day. So I think personally, I think it was a successful merger, but like part of that is because I came in after the merger already happened. So all I cared about was Square, right? And I saw kind of a consistency across the board, and I didn't really see the shift that happened at that time or all of the drama that came with it. I was just like, anything that has Square on the title, I'll take. When it was PS1, it was Squaresoft. When it was PS2, it was Square Enix, and that was kind of it, you know. So I think in terms of long-term success, yes, it's hard to argue that the Square Enix merger, or it's hard to argue against that being one of the most successful, because they're still going strong, and the merger at this stage has no negative impact on the company's success. Now, their decisions may have an impact on their success, but that's not because of the merger. Like they've fully figured that out, and they've been, chugging along for quite a while now.
I do want to shout out Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, it's a big one.
The Call of Duty and Blizzard having I mean, I prefer Blizzard's output, but you got World of Warcraft and Diablo, and you got some really big heavy hitters on both sides of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I know you mentioned that Nintendo's acquisition of Monolith is a little bit different, but Monolith is a big win. Like, in terms of big company acquiring software team or dev team, like it's hard to argue against Monolith Soft. Like,
they've helped them so much with other so
because
many
it's
games.
not just the direct games that they do, but like we're basically looking at their entire lineup of games now, and usually somewhere in the fine print they're like, oh yeah, Monolith helped, because Monolith is amazing. So
they don't, I mean, no one works on the Switch hardware better than them.
No one takes advantage of what it has like that. I mean, they have some great engineers over there.
Yeah,
what they're doing.
I don't think any dev team does it better.
They should be
for
giving
Nintendo
giving master classes on the Switch 2 hardware.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of other, like when large companies acquire software development team, nothing touches the relationship that Nintendo and Monolith have. Like what they have established together has brought about incredible games and continues to sort of build the future of Nintendo. Maybe this is not true. Somebody can correct us if we're wrong about this in the comments, but I can't think of a single other big studio acquired by a big publisher that is having the kind of impact for their platform that Monolith has for Nintendo.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Yeah. I mean, it's
they're
one of the
helping out
best
with
examples.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
what I mean.
And I
you
think
need help with
they've-
Zelda? We'll be there.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, sure.
Sure,
Why
why
not?
not?
We can do that.
Right.
I think it's helped them. It's helped Monolith too, because I think at this point, like whatever they want to do for their next game, Nintendo's just like, yep,
Yeah,
You've
you
earned
guys are
it.
the pros.
you
Yeah,
just
do what you
want to
do.
do, and
I
just tell us
cannot
how or when
Wait
you need it
until
marketed.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just I'm glad too, because like I think without Nintendo's support, who knows where we'd even be? Who knows where they would be? So now at least they have the security to be able to make the games they want to make.
Yeah, and I feel like there are other big publishers or big dev teams that publishers own that could have that kind of an impact, but don't. Like, I feel
Mhm.
like Bungie's talent was wasted. I feel like Bethesda could do some really cool things, but like we're not really seeing much. Whereas again, like Monolith has been touching everything and has their own incredible series of games from the Takahashi team. Like it's just hard to argue with that one. But outside of that, in terms of a standalone publisher, Square Enix, that merger, I feel like is probably one of the strongest examples of the industry. Yeah, that's a great question though. All right, next up. Bean Cake. Shout out to Bean Cake. Love that guy.
Shout out to koalas.
Hi, lovely people. Yep. Shout out to koalas. That's right. How do you all balance your full-time jobs with your side gigs, such as recording the podcast, content creation, writing, gaming, and real-life commitments? What does your schedule look like on a podcasting day? Much love, Bean.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to balance it all. Some days are better than others. You know, I mean, I some days I just feel like I get a ton done. And then some days I feel like I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to play games. I'm not going to focus on any content creation stuff. And then some days I'll be like, I'm going to write 3 scripts. I'm going to plan out the next 4 weeks of videos. I'm going to edit for 4 hours. You know, it kind of depends. I think for me, it's something I'm passionate about, right? It's something I really enjoy doing. And I created my channel, my personal channel, as a journal of sorts of my experiences with video games and JRPGs and what I love most about them. And then I even now like go back in time and like, what was my opinion on this game 2 years ago? You know? So that's what it started as. And now it's much busier as I've grown, where, you know, I get review codes, I get partnerships, I get opportunities for previews, to play games early, or like, you know, at events where we go to like PAX and stuff like that. So the idea of what the channel was has expanded, and me and Brandon met and hit it off and became friends and wanted to do a podcast. And I love this because for us, I mean, the planning, if you've ever watched the pre-show, that's it. Like we jump on and we just hang out for a few hours once a week. And that's what you guys see. It's very authentic. This is very us. There's nothing like pre-scripted or rehearsed about what you see on this podcast.
Oh,
like
no.
This is just
Not at all.
genuine, upfront. Like what you see is what you get. This is us, and that's what I love most about it. Just kind of the pod. Like you asked, what does your schedule look like on a podcasting day? Honestly, I'm just at work, like really excited to get on and hang out with my friends at night. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Shucks.
I do
So
my
wholesome.
best, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is tough. I sometimes feel just worn out by the end of the day when you're, you know, working full time, and then you have other things that are also work, but more fun. I would think, like writing for Nintendo Force and being on the podcast, like there's elements of work to it, but I like Slam said, I have a lot more fun doing that type of work, so it feels less like work. But I just think it's all about being intentional with your time and making sure also that you're taking care of yourself. Like, no matter what I have going on during the week, I always make time for exercise. I always make sure to have time to sleep and to just have time where I just do something that just doesn't require a lot of like mental activity, because I think you just need rest too. So I think for me, that's what it is. It's just being intentional and making sure that I'm prioritizing the right things throughout the week. And as far as podcasting days, I mean, yeah, it's usually a work day for me. And then I try to get some exercise in because, we're sitting for a little bit here and then, you sit at work. So I try to get some exercise in and get outside and just have a little bit of a change of scenery before we jump into it. And I also look forward to it because it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to like think about, oh, what is our topic going to be? And like, how are we going to approach it? What's bonus XP going to be?
jrpg courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun to put that together and see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'll be completely honest with you. The last like year and a half, 2 years, I've been kind of just like stumbling forward with a lot of this stuff. It's been a lot to balance. I got a lot of extra stuff going on with job and trying to show up for my girls and things like that in a way that's been kind of challenging. But I have prioritized this podcast and giving myself some grace with the YouTube channel because there's a need if you're going to do a YouTube channel to have consistency. I haven't posted in a while because I'm just like, I need a minute to like figure my stuff out. And it's been good, but I think that's one of the reasons I love the podcast so much, because all of the prep that goes into the videos, the scripting, the editing, all of that stuff, you don't need to do as much of that with the podcast when you can jump on and just enjoy time chatting with your homies. And we do have topics and things that we plan in advance, but to Slam's point, sometimes the details of the topics get worked out during the pre-show.
Yeah.
We do usually have some ideas and we think about those. And there is a benefit to planning too. So in some ways we have it.
And for me, like, because I do have my own channel and then I do also edit this podcast. So I actually I'm busy all the time, but I'm someone who likes to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel that too.
I have a rhythm, that I've gotten into, and I like these things aren't like super taxing mentally for me. So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
No, it's a good question. And I think it's gonna go into the next one here from Infinity Loop again, who said, I'd love to hear stories about how Brandon and Slam met and decided on putting this podcast together, and then how y'all decided on bringing Mags on as a guest. We all know once she was on a couple of episodes, it was inevitable. She became part of the team. Seems like there was a solid chemistry between the team members from the start.
Oh yeah, this is a great question. We have so many stories.
The origin.
Yeah,
the lore.
Me and Brandon met through Paige, Fem Trooper. I don't know, friend of the show.
Yeah,
she's in the Discord.
She's in the Discord. Yeah,
awesome.
Shout outs to Paige.
Yeah,
shout outs to Paige. She followed my channel, reached out to me. We had talked a little bit. She commented on some of my videos, and then I wanted to do a collab video, and I asked her like who would be good to reach out to. Brandon was one of the people she told me to reach out to. So I reached out to Brandon. We chatted a little bit, did a collab. I can't remember which collab that was.
I'm literally going to look it up right now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Still small potatoes on my channel at the time. But I actually had seen a couple of Brandon's videos. And so I was like, yeah, let's link up. And then I got into a Discord, like a creators Discord, where, we talked a bunch more, me and Brandon, and then we were spitballing stuff back and forth. And I think I or Brandon had mentioned something about a podcast at some point, if anybody be interested to do it, and nobody was speaking up, but I was just like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or like
I definitely want to do a
everybody was
podcast.
like, oh, that's a cool idea, but then like nobody was actually
Nobody
committing
was
to it.
committing to it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And then I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we committed to the idea. We thought up some stuff, and it was like a thing that was in the making for a few months. And then the first episode was like after the Switch 2 announcement, where we were just like, let's do it. Let's start the podcast. Let's just film an episode. And if you go back and watch the first episode, it is, a rough draft
Wonderful.
of this show.
You get to see the tapestry fall
from my door.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
that's still one of my favorite things.
I had actually
it was
just
so funny.
moved in to that because I had just moved from New York City not long before that. So
Mhm.
my room was still empty. Like my house, like I had moved out of state. Was doing my YouTube stuff, and then we were like, yeah, let's do the podcast. And yeah, we spun it up. And when we first started, it was very disorganized. Like, let's just get on and talk for an hour about whatever each week. And then we started having guests on, and we started, coming up with like new and creative and cool ideas. And then Brandon brought on Mags and Eli for an episode where Mags just totally dogged on every game that I suggested. Like, she was just like, dude, who is this? Slam has trash taste in video games, like thumbs down repeatedly for everything. And I was like, okay. So, because usually when we had guests, there was no that it's not often that you see a guest come on for the first time and like challenge the hosts,
they're usually very professional. And
that's not me.
Not Mags.
But we loved that about Mags, and
we
liked
immediately
her,
were like,
her energy.
Should we ask her to stay? And Slam was like, no. Brandon, calm down. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna ask her. He's like, no, don't
it was
you dare.
like after
Wait
one
it out.
episode.
So funny.
It was like after one episode, he was like, we should ask her to be on the show permanently. I was like, chill.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna think we're weird and probably say no. I was like, just invite her on a few more episodes, see if she is into it, right? Like, if this is something that she wants to do, if she's interested.
But
and
then
every time we reached out,
coming to us
she
with
said
ideas.
yes. And then she was like, I have an idea for a show if you guys want to do it. I was like, okay, now you can ask her to come on the show. And she
was holding me back.
Said yes. Yeah.
Look, if you know, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it all worked out.
Listen to this though. Listen to this. I pulled up the very first message I got from Slam. Listen to how professional he sounds.
Oh,
Ready?
gosh.
Like, now you see this dynamic that we have
Let's
where we're buddies.
Let's hear it.
He says, I'm Slam Zaney, a content creator in the JRPG space. The topic is 10 JRPGs with a great replay value. What are your favorite JRPGs to replay / return to? Is that a topic you would be interested in?
Oh, but
here's a link to my channel.
Like, when you reach
like,
out to
I
someone,
hadn't
you
even
have
met
to
him
do
before.
that. I
Sweet
know.
Slam.
You know,
I already like this
I
guy.
met him before. And what did you respond with, Brandon? Sure.
Yeah, I said, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'd love to do it. I said, would that include tactical RPGs? Lots of Fire Emblem games have a bunch of replay value. Chrono Trigger would be great, though I'm sure it's taken despite its length. I said, I actually think Persona 4 and 5 could count. Those are off the top of my head. And then you gave me a list of what was taken at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I got dibs on Chrono Trigger.
The origins.
Yep. And then it was history from there. But I think once, when you have a podcast with two people, it's vastly different dynamically than a podcast with three people. And that's because a two-person podcast is much more conversational. And I think that a 3-person podcast adds just like a lot more depth to the topics. You get a lot more out of the different personalities and things like that. And I think we overall just kind of had so much chemistry from the start, where it was like everything just gelled really well together. We liked we all had slightly different tastes, but we all really liked very similar things about games. So it was really interesting to see the different perspectives on the same games, and like watching back the episodes with the 3 of us on them. We were like, yeah, this is really good. You know, like we have something here. And yeah, like I said, we like to jump on here and just like kind of hang out. And that's what this podcast is. And that's why I think it actually is really good.
There's so much like nonsense too that we don't even capture in the pre-shows. Like we
my
probably
gosh.
could,
cut out
but
like 20 minutes of the show after I start recording. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to start the show now. And then we, you know, talk for like 20 minutes about nonsense.
Yeah.
Or we have times where like we just can't stop laughing. And we have to stop
funny.
Before we can get the show
we have
started.
had to delay an intro several minutes because we're just giggling like a bunch of doofuses over here. Absolutely.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Mags was awesome right away. She was just, we knew
well, it's
that,
like exactly what we were looking for. Like we were bringing on guests, not necessarily to find another host. Like we had talked about it, but we were like, let's just get some guests on and like try to change things up and make things more interesting. But Mag's like coming in and dunking on us like right away. I was like, this is the kind of chaos that we enjoy and we would want on this show. So this is perfect. Whereas to Slam's point, like I said, you know, with every other guest, with the exception of Tay. Like Tay was great to have on. He was on for a lot of the stuff in the beginning as well.
Yes, he was. Shout out to Tay.
Shout out to Tay for sure.
But Tay's got a lot of other things going on as well. So he was like, "Hey, I'd love to like be on the show and stick around, but I can't commit to being a host, like a full on host." Whereas Mags was able and willing. So that's how the trio was born.
Yeah.
What an origin story. And look at us now, 2,000 subs.
2,000 subs.
We love it.
It was so sweet in the Discord. Lorok today was like, the 3,000 sub special is going to come sooner than you think. And it was like,
I know. That was sweet.
That's swell.
He's a good one. Shout out to Lorok.
Yeah, love that guy. All right. I'm sure there are more stories that we could tell, but we'll save those for later. But we got Shinobi next, shout outs. He said, it's been about a year since the podcast started. What is each of your favorite moments of the show to date? It's been longer than that, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's been longer.
It's been a little over a year since I think the 3 of us.
Yeah.
But I know it was long. It's been longer for you two for sure.
We started probably, I think, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, January 18th, 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a minute. Favorite times of the show. Oh man.
It's a tough one.
Mag's first episode where she was dogging on all my games. Eli was an awesome guest too.
Oh,
Shout out to
he's
him.
great.
He was amazing to have on. The Final Fantasy tier list was fun that we did with Tay. That was a good time. What else? Creating the Discord. I created that on
crazy.
A whim myself. I was just like, hey guys, I created this Discord. Like, you know, you guys want to share it, and you know, who knows what will happen. And y'all were like, sure. And then now look at the Discord. It's insane.
300 plus people.
Yeah. And then what else? What do you guys think?
Oh, filming in person.
Oh yeah. For the first time meeting in person. That was amazing.
Yeah. The 3 of us like all being in the same place. That was so much fun. And like, we got to film a lot together and just That was just so fun.
There
I
were so
really
many
enjoyed
memories
that.
from that. Yeah, the Starbucks
Debacle.
incident. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to go to Starbucks a lot because I just feel like they mess up a drink
Yeah.
every single time I order it. They just don't make it right, and it tastes really bad. And this Starbucks we went to in the morning for coffee at PAX. One morning they made it wrong like 3 different times. I swear.
Yep.
Oh goodness.
I got pretty frustrated, but
Yep.
yeah, like there's a lot of moments like that, you know.
Yeah.
Where,
I remember when we were trying to film that like Brigandine bonus episode and your phone died in like 15
yes,
minutes.
yes, and what was it that was out of the beginning where like I was like
Oh, you're
opening and
messing
shutting
with the blinds. And when you closed them, we didn't have enough lights. We're like, no, open those back up. We look like we're in like a haunted house or something. It was so dark.
Yeah.
And then Brandon left.
and then Brandon
came
left
back.
and then came back. Yeah, because
What a saga.
the flight cancellations.
That was amazing too, because I was like so sad to leave, and I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, bye guys." And for context, we had paid for that night, so I was leaving
Yeah.
early because I was like, I need to get back to work. I had just
Mhm.
started this new job, not too recently, and so I just felt like I needed to get back. And then the airline was like, "Hey, does anybody want to stay? We'll give you like whatever, a $700 gift card." And I was like, "So
Sure.
what you're saying
Done.
is I can stay with my friends in a room that I already paid for and get $700?" Like,
Sure.
okay. So I just
Say
messaged my
less.
manager and I was like, "Hey, I'll be coming in tomorrow." And she was like, "Cool, sounds good." So
And
I
we
made,
ordered
I
a
made
big
that
old
work.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ate it in the hallway
So
with
much
Just the
pizza.
Gems. Brandon
Yep.
from Just the Gems.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious. There was like no tables. We had to go like in this
Yep.
hallway to find a table to
Yeah.
like put the
Because
pizza
they had
on.
already packed up all the tables from PAX.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was. We shut it down because that was Sunday night, and that was so much fun. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think as many of like, there's been so many great moments, but I think just meeting in person and filming in person was definitely the highlight.
Yeah, any of the in-person stuff. But also, I don't know, like over the last, let's call it 2 years, I feel like all 3 of us have gone through different very heavy things at different points. And so, I don't know, just like there have been moments where we've like hashed through some things, or we were struggling with something, and we've been able to like encourage each other in different ways. Like we've came up with care packages and things like that, and that like all of that stuff that's kind of behind the scenes, like building the friendship that we've made and building the relationship, like that's been very, very special for me as well as the more public stuff. Like the public stuff has been great.
Yeah.
Being able to succeed with you guys and get all this stuff going with you guys has been great. But I don't know, everything about it's been really awesome. So
All the feels.
all the
Agreed.
Medic on Ice
feels.
is going to hate this.
Yeah,
Yeah, he will.
it's okay.
He's
He
gonna
was
be
being
seething.
medic on thin ice earlier,
Thin
so he
ice.
can deal with it. Yeah. All right.
I love that. All right.
I am Aki for the next one. If you could redo or reshoot any past episode, which episode would that be and why? Oh dear. You guys start.
I got this one. I know. I'd want to refilm Hot Takes because that was one of the first few episodes that I filmed with y'all. And I feel like since then, I've gotten way more comfortable on camera. And I think I could just explain and illustrate my hot takes so much better now. So for me, I love a redo. And I imagine at another time, we'll probably do hot takes again because we have so many. I mean, Slam even has a fire in his background. So
That's right. I
hot
feel like
takes abound.
I feel like hot
would
takes.
my hot take be the chilling by the fire hate that I have for this game?
I don't know if
mean,
I don't know if like people
I
would
think most
disagree
people
with
don't
you.
really like that game.
I feel like
you know.
hot takes is also like a format that we could pull out at any time if we wanted to, because like the gaming industry
Yeah.
is always changing. Things are constantly on fire, and I'm sure that we could do something with that for sure. What about you, Slam?
Definitely.
You know, It's hard to say, honestly. I don't know if I want to redo any of the episodes. I don't have like any that I would be like, oh man, you know what? I've got one. The Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
Because the out of sync stuff, like I felt like it was such a good episode. We had so much fun with that, but some technical issues kept that from being perfect.
Yeah, that makes
so I
sense.
think that would be the one. And plus, like one where Brandon and I just won so perfectly, so handily.
definitively.
I mean, we wiped the floor with the predictions that we had.
Yeah,
we were so
it was incredible
flawless in our execution.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a shame that the technical issues put a damper on that.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yep. I think that I'll say this with a caveat. I probably would pick one of the ranking videos, and the caveat being I would like to play some of the games that we rank more recently and then go back and hit the ranking again. And the reason I say that is because like and we talked about this a little bit on the episode where we talked about the 2026 gaming stuff. Oh, I guess it was our last episode. Pokemon Fire Red. Playing that recently and getting into it recently, I'm like, oh, actually, now that I've played it again and I can appreciate it for what it is now, I probably would have ranked that differently. So like tackling a Pokemon tier list, but like having played more Pokemon games recently so that they're more sort of definitive recent thoughts, I think would be something that I would love to do again and something we could do again if we wanted to at some point, you know? So that would be my answer for that one.
Show.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Ophidian.
I like
Crack Frost. Crack is a joke. While the bit about trying to get Mags to play Resident Evil 9 is funny,
let the record
show. I think
show.
it's kind of a low bar when it comes to a game that might disturb someone. What would it take to get all of you to play Fear and Hunger instead? That's my challenge to you.
A low bar. Resident Evil. All right. Resident Evil 9 is not that scary. Okay. It's a little scary, but I don't think we're hurting Mags by, making her play it eventually, because she will. Let the record show. Fear and Hunger. What is that game? I don't know it.
It's a notoriously difficult 2D dark fantasy survival horror RPG.
I mean, I love horror games, so I'd play it.
I don't know if I would want to play this. It looks
It's
scary.
an RPG?
Looking it up, it's got 4.6 out of 5 stars on Steam.
If anyone knows, like, he's got all of the deep cuts as far as the
I might actually just play it. It's got very positive reviews.
A horror dungeon crawler set in the dark and hopeless dungeons of Fear and Hunger. Survival horror dungeon crawler. Yep, don't like that.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Like Sorry, Ophidian. I don't know if I could do this.
The art style is creepy.
It's all creepy.
It's probably
I don't know what it would take.
Creepier than Resident Evil 9.
If someone wants to send over a $5,000 check, I'll play it immediately. He said, what would it take?
I'll play it.
There we go. He did ask.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
That's the answer. I might just play it. So my answer would probably be nothing.
We should start with Resident Evil 9 for Mags, though, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like that would actually ease me into this other game.
To Fear and Hunger,
either that or to give everybody the sense of how Mags reacts to this game, we need to get her to a PAX again, and we need to take her to the Serenity Forge booth, and then we need to let her demo whatever they have, and then just film her the entire time. And you'll see the sweaty palms, and you'll see her freaking out. It'll be great.
Oh, I was so sweaty. Yeah, I was. It was that game was freaky. Okay, I can't. Fractured Blooms. Okay, something is up with that game. So
yep.
Have to check it out.
Yep. Anyway.
All right. Next one. Is it Ya Boy Foundation or is it Jaboy?
Jaboy.
I think it's Jaboy.
It's Jaboy.
Jaboy Foundation. What's
It's
each of the
Jaboy
crew's
Foundation.
all-time
Mhm.
favorite gaming consoles, and how did you go about getting it for the first time? What was the moment like? Easy.
Oh, I love this. Okay. PS1 is one of them. And I went about getting it by hanging out at my friend's house and my dad coming over and be like, hey, you want to get a PlayStation? And I was like, yeah. So we went and got a PlayStation and I played a bunch of it. Then a Game Boy Color.
Oh, so good.
I had like, my parents said that I had to do like a bunch of stuff like chores and all this, like earn money towards my Game Boy Color pot. Eventually I got it. I got to go to Toys R Us and that big little section, big little section for the games.
The glass windows.
And
man,
I got to pick out
it.
my see-through purple Game Boy Color.
Yeah. I had a purple one too.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was sick.
Classic.
And then I got that one. And then also I'll say as like, I mean, the Nintendo Switch is probably my favorite Nintendo console of all time. And yeah, I was an adult, so I just bought one of those. But I was in New York City. I went to a midnight launch event for it at like a GameStop and snatched it up and went and played Breath of the Wild all night.
There we go.
All right, Max.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think just thinking about my childhood, definitely the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance SP. Like I had those like all the
SP
time,
was a
always playing games
changer,
on them.
dude.
It was so good. I love that it folded, and I just would always play with that too. But yeah, I remember like I think we went to Walmart to get it, and every time we went to Walmart, I'd always want to go and look at the video game section. And I remember when I got the Game Boy Color, I got that Pokemon Silver, and then my dad also got me the guidebook. And it was just like,
baby.
It was so
I love the Pokemon guidebooks.
They just look so cool. It was like holographic and shiny, and like it had all these cool images and maps and different things in it. And so like I was just so happy when I got all that stuff together. Like it was just a dream come true, because I had played a lot of games with my cousins, but this was like the first like gaming purchase that was ever just for me. And so it's always going to be special for that reason. And then now, I mean, honestly, I think it's the Switch too. Call it recency bias, but like as much as I love the Switch, like the Switch 2 just does everything a little bit better. And
yeah, I consider it is better than the Switch. I just consider them like kind of one thing almost.
Yeah. And so I definitely feel the same way, because like just getting that was so much fun. Like I remember, even though it can be a pain to shop for them and like pre-order them, it was kind of fun the night that they went live, because I remember I was like chatting with some friends and then chatting with
me and Brandon
Nintendo Force people. Yep. Yes, and we were all like, it's on this link, go, go, go. And so we were all trying to help each other get the ones that would come into stock. And so finally it happened.
Man,
but I just think there's
up till like 2 doing that. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Same. I had my phone open and everything. And there's just an excitement to that. And there's a community to that. And it's special because you're all there just trying to do the same thing, and it's fun. So those two would probably be my faves.
Yeah. Let's see. So for me, the Super Nintendo to start, I'd argue that the Super Nintendo is like foundational for me. It was the first console that I ever had. I used to play the original Nintendo at like my babysitter's house. But the Super Nintendo my parents got, and they got us the Super Nintendo box that came with like a little Yoshi stuffed animal. And we had like Yoshi's Island and stuff. We got that for Christmas, and it was supposed to be for me and my sister, but like, she played with me, but it's kind of mine. And from there, the PS2, I've referenced this already, but yeah, PS2, I started getting into Final Fantasy. And the PS2 Slim just came out. So I came in like much later into the PS2 era. But it was backwards compatible with PS1. So I was like into these PS1 games. I wanted something to play it, but I didn't want to buy a PS1. Why would I do that when the PS2 was out? So my parents would give us $20 every week for lunch money at school. And I didn't spend anything. And I had friends that would get Domino's cheese sticks. Shout outs to Domino's cheese sticks. And they would eat like half of them and they were going to throw them away. And I'd be like, you know what? I am willing to be a hungry boy, but I don't need to be a hungry boy. Are you going to finish that? They'd be like, no, Brandon, here you go. And so I was perfectly fed and didn't have to spend a dime until one day I came to my mom and I said, dearest mother, can you take me to GameStop? And she said, okay. So we went to GameStop and I walked in and I said, I'd like to buy a PS2 Slim. And I showed them my cash and they went, I think you need an adult to do that. And I was like, all right. So I went back out to the van. I said, Mom, I need you to come in. And she was confused. And she came in and she saw my cash. And she's like, are you selling drugs or something, Brandon? Like, what's going on? I was like, no, Mom, this is my lunch money. I just haven't spent it. And she was like, you know what? It's your money. You can do with it what you want. So I got my PS2 and I was a happy boy and I played all the Final Fantasies and I played Chrono Trigger and I just dove in and I was obsessed. Next up would be the Game Boy Color. Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance SP was my favorite of that era, but the Game Boy Color is the best story because, and I still have it, it's up there. Like you can kind of see the blue and the yellow. I had the special Pikachu edition of the Game Boy Color, and it's because I didn't have one. And my dad worked with this guy named Larry. I think I've told the story on the pod before, but I'll tell it again. Larry was this like hilarious Hawaiian guy. He used to like swim in our pool and he had this long black hair. And after he swam in the pool, it looked like seaweed was on the bottom when you had goggles on. But he just like loved us kids and he was amazing. Aww. And so for, I can't remember if it was like Christmas or maybe it was just some random time. He got my sister and I these gifts and he got my sister the purple see-through Game Boy Color, but he got me the special Pikachu edition and Pokemon Yellow. And that was the first time I owned a Pokemon game because I had been borrowing it from a friend and then playing it on the Super Nintendo with the Super Game Boy. So that I freaked out about that. That was amazing. Yeah. I mean, I got plenty of stories with GameCube, which I also loved. And even the Xbox 360, I really loved the 360. Got that with a gift card from graduation and then working with my dad. But yeah, I think the Switch and the Switch 2, like they're kind of it. Not happy about key cards. Surprise, everybody. I know you all thought I loved key cards, but I don't. But other than that, the Switch and the Switch 2 have just been unbelievably cool. They feel like they've captured everything that was good about previous consoles and gave us something new with the hybrid model. So yeah, same story for me for the Switch 2 release. We were up till 1 or 2 a.m. trying to pre-order. I ended up pre-ordering 2. I managed to get 2 pre-orders because I've been in those scenarios where you get one and then they cancel it last minute. Mm-hmm. And I actually ended up getting my second one, and it was still at that time where they were really hard to find. And so I was able to keep it for my niece. And I just had my sister pay me to basically give it to her for Christmas. So that was kind of cool. Like I ended up getting both of them, but I was able to secure that for my niece who would have wanted one anyway. So that was pretty sweet. Yeah.
Nice.
So many memories.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lurik's got a nice and easy one for us. You all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
Favorite video game couples, go.
There's so many good ones.
So many.
You got Cloud and Tifa. Yeah, Titus and Yuna. You got Josh and Estelle. You know,
Lloyd and Ellie, Rena and Elisa, Van and Elaine, Joker and Makoto, Fimsy and Akihiko, Noah and Mio.
From
Noah and
Fiora.
Mio, baby. Yep, Shulk and Fiora. Rex and all the ladies.
I was not gonna say any of those.
Raina
I
and
know.
Claude from Star Ocean Second Story R is a good one.
Oh yeah.
I don't like them. We don't need to go
don't?
into it.
Okay.
Let's not go into it. Who else? I'm
What is this? What is this sudden Star Ocean 2 slander? What's going on now?
we don't need to go into it. Chrome and Sumia.
Crom?
Whatever.
Chrome? Come on, son.
Okay, whatever. It's late. Leave me alone. Let's see.
Wait, before we move on though, somebody in the members questions for next week, somebody ask Mags to explain herself because I want to know, but we'll go ahead and move on for now. That's all right.
I just
what
don't like
happened?
them as a couple. It's fine.
Raina and
Oh.
Claude.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I think Brandon just wants to know if there's like some controversial thing that happens in the game that you didn't like, or you just don't like them as people.
oh no, I don't dislike them as characters.
So there was an incident in the game that she didn't like.
Yes,
Mm.
we don't need to go into it. We have a lot to answer.
I'm trying to think. It's been a really long time since I played it. Why don't we just get into it?
No,
man?
we don't have. We gotta answer a lot of questions.
I'm so curious.
Fate
though,
and
on that.
Sophia, by the way, I got to throw that in there. Fate and Sophia from Star Ocean 3.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm leaving some out.
Sidane and Garnet from Final Fantasy 9. Cecil and Rose from Final Fantasy 4.
What are your favorites, though? If you had to pick one.
Favorites. That's hard. Van and Elaine are definitely one of my favorite ships ever.
I think it's Noah and Mio for me. I mean,
Yeah, Noah and Mio are definitely
Yeah.
up there too.
I think it's Titus and Yuna for me.
Yeah.
shocked.
Tracks.
But there's so many good ones. I
I
mean,
am who I am.
like Shepard and Garrus from
I am
Mass
who I am.
Effect. Yeah, so many good ones.
All right. We're going to move on to the next one because she is right. We do have to carry on. But somebody asked and we will get there. This one's from Alias Greed. Who would you pick to marry in Unicorn Overlord and why? And I'd just say I'd like to marry the entire game because it's the greatest story ever told.
This is the greatest story ever told. We know this.
Yeah.
What about you, Mags? Who would you marry?
Amalia, because she's the giant woman.
Yeah. That's amazing.
There we go.
She is.
She like towers over Elaine, so I feel like, yeah, it just would be really funny.
I'm trying to remember.
I struggle.
Just
to be
don't say
honest,
his cousin.
because
Just don't say his cousin, please, because
his cousin.
we don't need to go there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I struggled between Eltolind and who's the elf princess, and Scarlet, because Scarlet has kind of the
I mean, that definitely
hometown
felt
girl
like the
trope. Yeah, and I'm
default
always a
love
sucker for
interest.
that. Yeah.
No, I liked her a lot too. I just kind of
Yeah.
picked Amalia just because she's a giant woman.
Was his cousin? Was your cousin even an option to marry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Virginia.
Everybody was an option. You could give the
I
ring
guess
to
that's true.
anyone. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
true.
they all like resulted in like a marriage, but like,
Yeah.
you never know.
Rosalind as well, but it's the same. Like, it's the elf princesses. You're like, oh, cute elves. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
where
sounds
I
like
actually
Mags
stopped though.
loves Unicorn Overlord and its
does.
relationship.
That's really the important thing that
she
we
was
should get
so
out of
quick
this
to
segment.
answer too. Like
Yeah.
she knew
She did.
exactly.
Well, that's
she knew
because I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but in the Vanillaware channel in our Discord, they're posting like a love interest with Elaine every single day. And so you can see all the different options and like them paired up together. And it's really
Interesting.
funny. So I've seen a lot of them for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even been to that channel in ages.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the image of him next to Amalia just to
Oh, yeah,
show
I
the
see it.
size difference.
I'll take that ring now. Might not fit on my finger, but I can wear it around my neck, no problem.
Let me see if I
Oh,
can
man.
find the photo.
I
That's
love
so funny.
that Unicorn Overlord has taken over the Vanillaware channel. Let's go.
Look at how much bigger she is than him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
Massive.
She's a giant.
She is. Anyway.
All right. I think that's sufficient for that one there. Slam, did you choose though?
No.
Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Okay.
Scarlet's
Yeah.
a good choice.
All right. We're going to jump to the next one. This one's from Mime Destroyer. Moose and Stallion in Suikoden. Wolf, Python, Geese, and Robin across the Fire Emblem series. Raven in Rune Factory. There's also a Raven in Fire Emblem. Come on, Mime Destroyer. Come on, man. Elk and Tigress and Ease. Crow and Atelier. Goose and Grandia. And of course, my main man, Jack Russell. All right, I forgive you, buddy. I see you. And his family and Radiata Story. Still one of the best underrated games out there. Mime Destroyer, my man. Oh, I love this guy. Non-animal characters having animal names isn't particularly common, but it isn't unheard of either per my examples. What animal breed / species that hasn't been used yet, at least as far as you're aware, would you pick for a new non-animal JRPG character to have as their name? What kind of character would they be personality-wise, appearance, and gameplay-wise?
I would pick Shiba Inu because I have one. And
Ooh.
I think it's a cool name.
Mhm.
Also, they would be very independent, very difficult, but super, super loyal.
Mm-hmm.
to
And
the people.
adorable.
Yes. Oh.
That is my choice. I love my dog.
Shout
I
out to
love my
Evie.
dog.
I love my dog.
She's the best.
Oh, sweet pup.
Evie.
This is tough. I'm trying
I
to
got
think of an animal name that sounds like a name. I don't know. The first thing that came to mind was wolf. That wasn't mentioned, right?
No.
I could see wolf.
No. Well, there's
It
a wolf
was.
in Fire Emblem. Yep.
Oh, was that already up there?
Mhm.
Oh, how did I miss that? I don't know why that came to mind.
Hippopotamus.
Maybe. No. I actually.
Slam,
okay.
would you like to describe the personality, appearance, and gameplay of Hippopotamus, please?
Just look like a hippopotamus.
Oh gosh. Well, it's fun to say.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hip-hop.
lion. That's not on there, is
Lion.
it?
No, I mean, you got like Leon, but that's only when Kingdom Hearts was doing weird things with Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. But sure,
Oh, we
Lion
don't need
works.
to go there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, maybe lion. And like personality, appearance, gameplay, like they're like a really strong knight type character. So
Word.
yeah, like
I'm gonna
that.
go with Peregrine. It's based off of Peregrine Falcon. Peregrine would be a character
Cool.
who is like sleek and fast because Peregrine Falcons can dive bomb at 200 miles an hour. Fun fact.
That is sick.
Sick. Yeah. And they have like blades, so maybe like a dual blader,
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
that would be.
I'd be down with that. Yeah.
Good
All right.
stuff.
That was kind of fun. I like that.
Yeah, it was
Especially
a
that
neat question.
Radiata
Thanks,
Story
Mime.
shout out. Let's go, Radiata Stories, baby. Let's go.
Yay.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I should have done that at the beginning of the freaking podcast, bro. We should have been singing Let's Go, Baby because we hit 2,000 subscribers. I failed everybody. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
This guy.
Pork
bad.
Bun 100. Shout outs to Pork Bun.
Yeah.
Who is the podcast's most desired guest? One caveat. You have to make a concerted effort to bring them on. Oh, shoot. Okay.
That's
I don't know.
tough. Oh my goodness. Most desired guest?
I got one.
Okay.
Go. Ready?
Joe
go.
Zija. I would love to have Joe Zija on here. He is the voice actor for Claude in Fire Emblem Three Houses and a bunch of other characters. I'm pretty sure the dad in Digimon is voiced by Joe Zija. I'm
I think
pretty sure that's
so.
him.
Mhm.
I love that guy. Like, he is such a gem. He's hilarious. Like, he's obviously good at his job. I would love to have him on here, and I would genuinely be interested in bringing him on if he was ever available.
Yeah. Mm.
Like it has to be like a realistic guess. Like I can't.
Yeah, like someone that we could
Pick.
actually try to get on the show.
Yeah. That's the challenge. That's what makes the question so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to have the voice actresses for either Estelle or Elaine on here. And I think it could be doable. So that would either be Stephanie Sheh or Elizabeth Maxwell, because they both voice those characters and they're amazing. So that'd be pretty cool.
I want to what is the guy who built Stardew Valley? Eric.
Eric
something.
Barone?
Yeah.
Dude,
Because he's done
I would love to
podcasts
have him on
before,
here.
and he's super interesting. He has all these great stories of how he created something on his own, and I think it would be sick.
Super sick.
I'd have so
That'd be pretty
many
cool.
questions that I could ask.
All right.
Yeah,
We got to get him on now.
let's do it.
That would be amazing. All right. Next up, Greg. What video game does your favorite food make you think of?
My favorite food might be pizza, and I genuinely think of the Ninja Turtles still
Oh yeah,
when I
Dude,
eat
from
pizza.
like pizza parlors that had like the arcade cabinets and stuff.
That makes sense,
Dude,
yeah.
I used to get so into Ninja Turtles on the arcade or in the arcade cabinets. Oh man. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. My favorite pizza place growing up doesn't exist anymore, but
Oh,
they had one there.
Shucks.
that sucks.
Go ahead, Max.
This answer is going to be so stupid. It's so stupid, you guys.
I can't
We're
wait to
ready.
hear it.
Yeah, we're ready.
So one of my favorite foods is nachos.
I love
Nachos.
nachos too.
And the video game that it makes me think of is actually this game that you could play on Disney's website. Like
Okay.
years. And did y'all ever do that? Because like you could go to Disney's website and they'd have all these games that you could just play
Like
for
Flash
free.
games.
Yes.
Yeah, they would have had
Yeah.
to be.
Yes. And it was this game based on Kim Possible, where you're in like the
Kim
restaurant
Possible.
that's like Taco Bell. It's like their version of Taco Bell.
Love Taco
And
Bell.
you're having to make orders. Like, so you have food that's coming down a conveyor belt and you like put soda in the cups and you put cheese on the chips and you put salsa on the burrito and you like,
This is making me hungry.
you have to like press
I
them
wanna
at the
eat
right times.
Taco Bell now.
Oh, and then there's chocolate that you put on the ice cream. And so you would have to put the right ingredients on the right foods as they would come down and they would start going faster and faster. And like you could only mess up 3 orders before you were fired. But that's the game.
That's amazing.
That I think of when I think of nachos, because as a kid, I was stupid and I would mess up on purpose because it would make this character mad in the game and he would yell at you. And I just thought it was so funny to hear him yell. So I
Oh man.
It was so
Those
silly.
Flash games back then, that took me back. Good grief.
Yeah, so that's a deep cut for y'all, but that's what it made me. That's because you make nachos in the game. There you go.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, Maynard.
Wonder if I can find it. Maybe I can find the game somewhere.
I don't know. I feel like generally my favorite food, like the food I constantly come back to, are just burgers, like different kinds of burgers. I love burgers. I feel like I'm not thinking too much about video games when I have burgers because I want burgers. But if I had to choose, I'd probably just say Pokemon, because like growing up, like McDonald's
Persona.
and Burger
Big
King
Bang
or
Burger.
Persona 5.
the Big Bang Burger. Yeah,
That's what I was
have
thinking of,
that.
too.
I do have that that cookbook downstairs, actually. The Persona one,
There you go.
and that's in there. That's in there. It's basically a cheeseburger with like 10 patties. So it's in there.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
It
like
does.
growing up, McDonald's, Burger King, all these other places had like Pokemon stuff. So like you'd go get burgers,
Toys.
but then they had all the toys and things like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's probably my answer for that.
Love it.
All right. Next one. Whew, I'm off the hook on this one. From Cool For You. For Mags and Slam only, How did RPGs really become your favorite genres?
Oh, really? It's just us, not you? Why not you?
It's fine. It's fine with me.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. How did they become my favorite genre?
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of side scrollers and platformers and just Nintendo games in general growing up before I got into RPGs. And I think when I started getting, it was like, honestly, maybe the PS1 menus of some like the Final Fantasy and Legend of Dragoon, and like going in there and like swapping out the parties and different items and like
sound
the
effects,
ding,
dude.
Ding, ding. I was just about to say it right when you shouted out. I was like the ding, 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 ding. Going through there, swapping stuff out, and then like seeing how that was reflected in the game, and I was like, yeah, it was like this hook, like an addiction. So it's like I gotta have more of it. And I got to experience more of it. And the more and more I experience, the more I realize like this is what a video game is to me. The other stuff is great. Like I like a side scroller or a shooter every once in a while. I play everything. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while now, I play a ton of different stuff. But RPGs are like the things that I become obsessed with. The things that I like really get immersed in, the things that like when I sit down, I'm like, I can't wait to play this game. It is almost always an RPG. So, yeah, I'd say that's probably where it started. Just like realizing all the like customizations and, I used to like the min max stuff, like Brandon, probably not on the level he does, but, yeah, it's probably where it started for me.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play a lot of different things. And I think that eventually I just realized that what I had the most fun playing were RPGs, because you got to really determine your own path forward depending on the RPG. That can look different. Like, like we mentioned earlier, Western RPGs kind of have you craft your own story, whereas JRPGs kind of you craft the way that you get through the story, like through your team and through the different character bonds that you decide to work on. So I just kind of realized over the course of playing games so many years that those were the ones that I just had the most fun with. And it kind of started with Pokemon, and then I played a lot of different things and ended up, loving more Western RPGs for a while, and then kind of came back to JRPGs like maybe around a decade ago, and really started to play more and more of those. And I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. And yeah, we'll probably just stick with RPGs for the rest of my life.
Yeah. It's a good thing he didn't ask me, because I hate RPGs. They're the worst. So anyway, let's move on. Oh my gosh, dude. This one's from Blue Lily. It is 2,000 years in the future, and the humans living on Earth have uncovered the Level Up Legacy podcast's time capsule. What 3 things did each of you put into it?
So each of us chooses 3, or each of us chooses 1?
I think
No, what 3 things did each of you put into it?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Well, because there's 3 of us, so I didn't know for sure if it was like you each put in 1 thing. Okay, I would put in a game key card.
Well, Slam's fired.
Brandon spontaneously combusts.
All joking aside, I'd put in Mag's gigantic microphone.
I was going to say that. I was
that
going to
is
say
like
that. Yes.
pulling everything into its orbit. I would put that in there.
Planet Mike.
Space Mike for sure. I would put in oh man, what is something that like I could put in from like when we met in person?
A Starbucks cup.
A Starbucks cup, maybe.
Put in your PAX lanyard or something.
PAX lanyard, yeah, from when we went. I would put that in there. And then let's see, a third thing.
So the game key card wasn't real.
No, that was just a
Okay.
joke. I wouldn't put that in there. I just knew that it would trigger Brandon if I said that.
That's so funny. Yeah.
It's a good thing he's not put in there because it wouldn't do anything in 2,000 years anyway.
I would put a copy of Chillin' by the Fire.
Yeah,
There you
let's
go.
Yeah. Full circle we've come.
I know.
All right, Max.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say the space mic. Like that's got to go in there.
It's got to go
It's
in
got to
there.
go in there. I would also put in a framed photo of the three of us from PAX when we were all wearing our jackets in front of the sign.
Yeah.
It's just such a
It's a good
great
one.
photo of all of us. And I feel like it was just really cool. And it commemorated, the time that we were all together for the first time.
Yeah.
And this item doesn't exist yet, but I hope that it will one day, because if we ever do a time capsule, I would put it in there. It would be a shirt with all of our Discord emojis on it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
For sure.
I was going to say, I put things in here that don't exist yet. So, like, the Slam Zany Chia Pet would definitely go in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that would need to go in there for sure.
Definitely.
Like you guys are like the only one championing this thing. Okay.
Are you kidding
people
me?
in the Discord
If
would
we
buy
had a
it.
Slam
No one
Zany
is
Chia
gonna
Pet,
buy a chia pet of my head.
I'm telling you.
Please
Let us know in the comments below.
the
Tell us
comments if
that you would buy a Slam Zany Chia Pet.
Pet.
That's on our legitimate list of merch options coming soon. So, so that would go in there. Yeah, I think the record.
Yes, the
Would need to
lore
go in there?
record.
Yep.
Mhm.
That would need to go in there as well. What else? Oh, you know what? I might print out and put Slam's resume, which I still have, by the way,
that was pretty funny.
from when Mags fired him and he wanted to get rehired.
It's pinned to the channel.
I have
know,
it.
it's
I
still
have it
pinned.
right now in front of me. So I'd probably put that in there as well, just so that 2,000 years in advance, they would know how hard Slam worked to get his job back. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to work for it. I'm still working for it.
you did. All
I could
right.
be fired tomorrow.
Whatever.
Next one?
Sure.
From Bean Cake. Well, yeah, dude. This as a side note, if you keep putting key cards into a time capsule, you're risking your job.
Let the record show that
too.
Brandon was the one who fired you, not me.
No. Let's not come up with fake records here. That was a joke. It wasn't like when you fired it, Max. All right, Bean Cake.
we'll see.
Favorite Discord moment since starting the pod. Ooh, when Max fired Slam.
Fired
and
me.
everything that happened when it came back. Yep.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, if I could just say the turmoil I was going through when that was
Let us
going
know how
on.
you felt, Slam. Let it out. buddy.
I was heartbroken. I just felt like I thought I had tried so hard.
I'm so sorry she did that to you, man.
To make you guys happy. And I just found it so disappointing that I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. So sorry she made you feel that way, Slam. It's going to be okay, buddy.
I was let go.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in the Discord was talking about it. I was like, what's going to happen?
It's going to be okay, buddy. I mean, I don't even know if she ever gave you your job back. So technically you're not even, rehired.
I thought I was. Am I? No.
You were never fired.
Did she ever rehire you?
You were
I don't
never
think she ever did.
fired, so it doesn't
I thought
matter.
she did.
Well, you know what?
No.
Let's get through this episode and we'll talk about it again.
We'll figure that out.
That was definitely my favorite.
Another favorite moment is when I won the draft.
Yes.
That was such bull crap. Both of those moments. And I'm being
That's
nice.
why they're the best. Slampion of the draft.
Yeah, I changed my.
I do. Some of my favorite moments have been seeing what in the world Kassam can put together with our emoji.
Those are good.
Oh my gosh. And then when he did that picture with Long John Silver and he had us all in there, that was him, right?
No,
I think that was someone else.
that was a different guy.
Oh,
That was the
okay,
AI
okay.
thing. But
oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was another moment for me. That
Just-
was hilarious.
All of the art that people put together is so funny to me.
Yeah.
And then if I had to say one more, this isn't a specific moment, but it's just in general. Every time I just see people in the Discord lifting each other up.
Yeah.
I know, like, it's chaotic and we give each other a hard time, and that's great. But there's just been so much support that I've seen people give each other. And I just think that's such an amazing part of our community that you don't see everywhere. And I'm so thankful for the mods who encourage that. And I'm so thankful for the community who also perpetuate that among everyone there. So, yeah, it's good
Yeah,
stuff.
close it out with a nice, wholesome memory of the Discord instead of me trolling everyone all the time.
Yeah, that was the point.
All right.
That's probably best.
Next up, we have Gabe H, who said, "I'm curious, what movie did y'all watch over and over as a kid? We all have one."
Yeah, it was the Ninja Turtles for me. We're going back to it. I have an autographed
that's right.
picture here from Kevin Eastman. I met him at PAX East, and that was awesome. But yeah, I was, growing up, the Ninja Turtles, that was everything. I watched the real live action movies of the Ninja Turtles until the VHS tapes didn't work anymore.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
My dad said he could recite the movies. Not
He
that he
so
wanted,
times.
not that he wanted to, but he could.
But he could.
So.
Yeah, I went through phases. Like when I was a kid, I'd watch like one movie like for like a month, and then I'd watch another one for a month, and it would just be the same thing that I'd watch every day. But I know for sure that The Lion King was up there as like one of my favorites. I love the music. The story is super tragic, but it has a lot of good, like, heartwarming and funny moments too. So it's still one of my favorite Disney movies to this date, and I love it.
I'm not quite sure. I feel like I did watch some movies over and over again, but it wasn't because of me. Either my dad did or my sister did. My sister used to watch Grease over and over again, and I hate Grease now because I was just so burned out on it.
Yeah.
So sorry for anybody who likes Grease. But my dad also went through this phase for months where he watched Ice Age and Ice Age 2 over and over and over and over again. And he thought it was so funny.
That's so random.
And so, yeah, Ice Age, I can quote that sucker all the way down. Yeah.
Oh, that's
funny. Such a random
So if you ever hear me say something like, "Sometimes I throw up," that is from Ice Age 2. So yeah.
That's so
anyway.
Funny.
All right. Medic on Ice. Here we
I
go.
love this question.
So what is your dream car or vehicle you have always wanted, along with what video game vehicle would you like to own in real life? Ooh, I got this one.
So I really like cars. And I think I kind of am in like two camps, and if in dream cars. So I really like sporty, like SUVs. So like a Lamborghini Urus or a Porsche Macan or something like that. And then I also like really, like off-road, tough, big, like SUVs. So like a Bronco or like a Land Cruiser. But I think, like, if I had to say dream vehicle for off-road, maybe probably like a Bronco Raptor. Or I also like the Lexus GX 550. I like that car a lot too. That's good. That kind of mixes the luxury with the off-road feel there. But if I had to pick, like, oh, this is a dream car, one that you'll never afford, and even if you could, you'd probably question whether you buy it. It'd probably be the Lamborghini Urus, because that's like a $200,000+ car.
Just a few more years on the podcast, Slam.
Yeah, that's just
Here we go.
I think a video game car or vehicle that I would like in real life. Oh, there's so many. Um, hmm. I like the Batmobile from Arkham Knight a lot.
Okay.
I think that'd be sick. I just think it'd be sick to have a Batmobile, dude.
That's true. It would be sick.
Wouldn't it?
Mhm.
Wouldn't it though?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But I think I'm gonna go with a Skell from Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay.
yeah,
all
that's pretty
right,
cool.
All right. Call that a car. He did say vehicle.
Yeah.
Yep, he said
Well, and
vehicle,
it turns into a car.
it turns into a car
That's true.
Yeah.
if you're on land.
That's true. It does. It does. Good stuff. I'm not really a car person. Like, I got a Honda CRV like a year and a half ago, and I love it. And I would honestly be content with it. Like, I'm good with it. Like, I just need, as long as it's got 4-wheel drive and it works and it looks nice, I'm good. But as far as video game vehicles go, I want the Mako from Mass Effect, because that thing like defies the laws of physics and would just be hilarious to drive around. Like, it's just like this hilarious, I don't know, tank thing that can go up hills, and you basically use it to explore the planets in the first game, and it's just hysterical. And I just think it would be so much fun to have like a joyride in it. So
yeah,
that would be my choice.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For me, 1970 lime green Plymouth Cuda with a black stripe down the middle. Always my favorite car since I was a kid. I used to go to car shows with my dad, still do. And I love that car. As far as the video game vehicle, Skell is a good option, but as much as I give Final Fantasy 15 crap, the Regalia
I
is
don't know
sick,
what it was,
and-
but I knew he was going to say it.
Yeah,
It's such a cool vehicle, yeah.
And they can get wings and fly, and I'm just like, this is a sweet car. So I would love the Regalia. That would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good stuff.
That was a good question. All right, next one from Saren. What is your favorite SpongeBob meme / gift that speaks to you on a spiritual level?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Oh,
That's my
brother,
favorite.
this guy stinks.
I love that
That's
one.
my favorite one.
I love them all. I mean, it's hard
Chocolate!
to pick. I also just love the one where SpongeBob's like in his marching band uniform and he's just like,
Yep, that one's good.
that one's great. But
is mayonnaise an instrument? I like that one too.
oh, that's so good. I
Does
also
anybody
have
have a quarter?
I have to shout out the marshmallow guy that's just like, mm-hmm. I don't
Yep,
know if y'all have
I
seen
know
that
you're-
one, because that guy,
You don't know if we've seen that one. You mean the gift
It's
that's used in the
literally
Discord every day,
plastered
multiple
all over
times?
the Discord all day, every day.
it was a joke. But on a spiritual level, he speaks to me because he's like the coolest guy. He's just roasting marshmallows by a fire underwater. And he's just so willing to share. He doesn't know SpongeBob. SpongeBob just comes up to him and is like, hey, can I have these marshmallows? And he's like, mm-hmm. Doesn't ask questions, just lets them go. What a guy.
What a guy.
That's it.
I think mine is Pinky from like one of the super early episodes, because listen, SpongeBob is in Sandy's bubble before they get the water tank things, and he's dying, and Patrick is concerned that he's not fancy enough, and sometimes that's what life is like.
That's true. That's such a good episode.
All of your friends giving you the wrong advice when you're dying. Pinky. Yeah, and also for me, for when I was a kid and I got my first email address was pinkypettit@msn.com. And I spelled it Pinkie, but eventually nobody got that I was referencing SpongeBob, and they were like, that's an odd email you got there. And I was like, no, it's a SpongeBob reference. And they're like, sure, buddy. So
yeah, you weren't gonna be able to keep that one.
Yeah. So anyway, freaking
Nice.
Let's go SpongeBob. That's the
I
best.
love it.
All right.
Great question.
This one's from Eric. What food from a fictional property would you be most likely to try? Personally, got to be the Krabby Patty.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah,
Krabby Patty
I
too.
just-
I
We're
gotta
literally
admit,
talking
it's
about
so
be.
good.
SpongeBob.
I mean,
Formuoli. I gotta have the formuoli. Ravioli. Ravioli. Give me the formuoli. I need it. I need the formula.
Slam's
And the
further
pickles.
proving that he's a robot.
Plankton.
Beep, boop, boop.
1% evil, 99% hot gas.
I also I mean, they have to be good because we saw what happened to Squidward.
Mhm.
It went straight to his thighs,
Mhm.
and then he blew up.
And then
It was worth it.
This freaking show, dude.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Genius.
I don't know if I have another answer. Like, I think that's
I
just
just
it.
think
That
it's
is
the perfect answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, for this one from Bread, shout outs to Bread. What are your favorite pizza toppings? I must know. He said that in all caps.
I like that.
So
I
it
must
depends.
know.
I'm a pizza connoisseur. I'm from New York City and I eat a lot of pizza and I love pizza. But it depends on where I get the pizza from on
Okay,
what my
sure.
favorite
That makes sense.
toppings are and the type of pizza. So if I'm going to a New York pizza spot, right?
Mhm.
New York slice, standard New York slice. I'm going cheese or I'm going pepperoni. No more than that. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. I might get sausage, but I'm leaving it simple because the sauce and the crust and the cheese, those three things do all the heavy lifting. If I'm going to Domino's or Pizza Hut or Papa John's or something like that, give me the works. Give me everything. I like green peppers, onions, mushrooms, black olives, pepperoni, sausage, banana peppers, all of it. That give me the whole spread on the pizza. Well done on pan crust. Call it a day.
Okay. So there's two kinds of pizzas that I really, really like. So if it's just kind of like your classic with like tomato sauce and cheese, I love just like sausage, pepper, onion. Like I love, you know, you have like your meat and then you have some like crunch from the veggies and it's just a perfect combination. So it's just classic. But I also love pizza with like a white sauce and I love spinach pizza. Like with like just a cheese sauce. I just think it's so good. So those two would probably be my favorite.
Yeah, I think for me, if I'm getting standard pizza, it's just all the meat. I don't really love vegetables on pizza. I'm just a meat on pizza guy. If it's Chicago style, which is my other favorite kind, classic pepperoni is good, but something I found that was delicious, and I don't know if this will sound weird to anybody, but pesto chicken and bacon at Giordano's in particular was unbelievably good. Like
That does sound
absolutely
good.
delicious. Yeah, I loved that.
I also like like if you can get the square slices, like the Sicilian style pizza in New York, a vodka slice.
Those are good.
Money. If you go visit New York and you go to like L&B Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn, which I used to live like right down the street from when I lived there, or if you go to like Crispy Pizza, these two places are pretty famous for their like Sicilian style pizza. Get a vodka slice.
Noted.
So good.
There you go. Let the
All
record
right.
show.
From JC, pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes. For sure.
Waffles.
Oh, the correct answer was pancakes. That is the correct answer.
Who made you the decider?
Nobody puts more.
Nobody.
Let the record show. No one puts more syrup on their pancakes than Brandon. I've never met anyone in my life who could use a full syrup container on a medium stack of pancakes.
I do have a problem. Yep.
It is. It is
It's good, though.
sight to see.
It is absolutely delicious. Yeah. Brandon and Dala from the jrpg Pursuit, they got to see that as well when they came out here. We went to a thing together. We went to one of my favorite restaurants and I got pancakes to share, and my side of it was just drenched in syrup.
It's so crazy, dude.
Amazing.
Oh. All right. This next one is from your favorite pencil slop artist. Let's go. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
One wood.
Hmm.
It would chuck one wood.
Okay. Mystery salt.
Yeah.
Max?
Max is like, just not even gonna answer. I agree.
Ooh, the correct answer was pancakes.
Shut up. All right. Moving on.
All right.
Anyway.
This one is from NPC. Is that
It's Dana.
okay? Yeah. I was going to say
Some
some
random
random
NPC.
NPC. Yeah. Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be perfect nutrition, or have to only sleep 1 hour a day and be fully rested?
Oh, 1 hour a day of fully rested. 110 million%, dude. I think sleep is the biggest waste of time. And if we could, imagine all the stuff I could get done if I didn't have to sleep. And then also, imagine all the stuff I could get done if I felt rested after only sleeping 1 hour. That's the thing, right?
Mhm.
We all need more time in a day. So that's my answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would agree with that, only because there's just so much that I would like to accomplish that I just
Same.
don't have enough time for, and it'd be
Play
really
so
cool.
many more games.
Same. And I already feel like I can manage like my nutrition and my workout routine.
Yeah.
So like I can do that, but like being able to have more time in the day would be nice.
Yeah. Because you have
Ooh.
no control over the 1 hour a day fully rested. Like you have to sleep or your body doesn't
Shuts
feel
down. Yeah.
good. Right. But the nutrition thing, you could just put in the effort to solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be the right answer. That's got to be it.
Yep.
But the correct answer was pancakes.
I
All
know.
right.
I
Tommy,
knew it. I knew he was going to do
I
it.
know.
fictional
He's gonna do it
place
every
or
time.
setting would you most like to visit as a tourist to see the sights, try the food, hear the music, etc., etc.? And what would you grab as a souvenir?
I got
All
it.
right. Max,
got
you go.
Oh.
Get it.
Liberal.
No. I would go.
Arabonia.
No. No one wants,
Definitely
one wants to go
there.
Why?
Oh my goodness.
Spoilers.
Play the games, Brandon. and you'll know.
Just play the
Shoot,
games,
I want to, but I keep being told that I can't.
Let me just explain my answer.
Sure.
It would be Michelin Wonderland. It's an amusement park in Crossbell where Mishy is the mascot, Mishy and Michette. And it's just this really cool place. It has fun rides, and it's just like, it has like Mishy shaped foods and like different things like that. It's just like basically like the quintessential theme park in Trails. So it's got all the fun things. There's like a spooky ride. There's a hall of mirrors. There's like a fortune teller. There's just all these really cool activities that you can take part in. And I just feel like I'd want to visit somewhere in the Trails universe, and that place would be so much fun.
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
The Golden Saucer?
Yeah, I was going to say the Golden
That
Saucer.
would be, yeah, you know what? That's a good answer. I'm going to choose that one. I love that. I definitely want to go there.
Golden
Or,
Saucer and grab a chocobo ornament as a
Yeah.
souvenir. You know?
Oh, I would definitely get a Mishy plush, like another one, because I already have 2. I'd get more.
There you go.
Look how cute they are. Anyway, it's late.
All right.
Hyrule would be cool too.
Ooh,
Depending
but
on the time.
Depending on the
happy
time.
high roll. Yeah.
Happy high roll. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
post time skip high roll.
Yeah.
Bad
Definitely
time.
not.
All right, this one's from Beancake again. You're all stranded on a rainforest island named Zimbabwe for 30 days. Inventory, just your current clothes and the merch on display behind you. I'm good. Environment, 30 minutes of rain daily, but unlimited fresh drinking water. What's each person's strategy to make it through the month?
We have to survive. Like we have to find. Do we have to use the items in the background for food? Luckily, I have a fire here.
You do. That's honestly
this is
perfect.
So I've got a fire. You can utilize that when it's not raining. I'll put like some cover over it, so or something to block the rain, so I can hunt and gather when needed. But other than that, I've got my video games here, and I'll use that to pass the time.
I feel like I would have to barter some of my collection for food. And that would be hard, but perhaps necessary.
I would share my fire.
Thank you.
If you want to use it, you're welcome to.
Yeah, and I would share the food that I was able to get to, but it would suck to part with my collection. But if it's that or die of starvation, the choice is clear.
Yeah.
I could literally set up an entire shop. I could start a business on Zimbabwe and we could become rich,
True.
Does it rain that much in Zimbabwe? I don't know.
30 minutes of rain daily. That's it.
I guess that's not much.
It is a landlocked country, though. So
it is every day. We wouldn't be able to fish.
No.
Unlimited fresh drinking water, though.
River?
Unless there was like lake
or rivers, yeah.
But I'm not a fan
fishing.
of like catfish.
I'm not a fishing guy.
I do actually. I mean, I grew up fishing and stuff like that.
Okay.
I did do that.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a long time, but I know how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
Can make it happen, Captain. I love seafood. You guys know that.
That's true.
Where it packs. I eat seafood all the time.
Yeah.
That's
we could fish at the hospital because that's not wrong.
I don't want to be right. If it's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Exactly.
Shout out
to the Bracer Guild for the shirt.
Yeah.
Classic.
Shout outs.
Shout out.
That was fun.
Yeah. Great question.
Otherwise,
Bean.
get fresh water and just like stick it out. If it's only a month, I don't have to eat for a month. I'll be fine. You can fast for a month. You could fast for a month. I'm just saying.
For a month.
You can.
You can. It's not pleasant.
Nope. Well, okay. I mean, it would be fine. After about a week or so, you just don't think about it. Maybe a little bit tired, but
y'all are tripping.
I couldn't do that, Brandon.
I skip lunch and I'm not.
I'm hungry now, and I had 3 meals today.
I'm about to maybe get some food after we get off here.
But I'm not going to eat because it's too late for that. But
the food crash out. All right.
Yeah.
Next one we got from Rocket91-I3D. Would you rather have to sing everything you say or dance everywhere you go?
I would dance everywhere I go because I just think.
Prove it.
Where's the music, Brandon? Come on.
That's true. If I sing everything I say and he dances everywhere you go, we can synergize, yo. We could be an entire entertainment group just walking down the street.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about you,
Love
Max?
It. I would definitely sing everything I need to say.
She would sing everything she wants to say. She would say, "Ooh, the correct answer was pancakes."
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, she would.
What do you like about waffles over pancakes? Is it like the texture?
When we're back.
Is it like
we're back, everybody? Let's go.
Is it like that they're like more crunchy?
I like the. I mean, I don't want them to be like crazy crispy, but I like the crisp, and I like that the syrup will like
sit inside the.
She likes that they're
She's making a good point.
Maybe
waffles are better than pancakes.
No, Slam, don't do this.
Yes, Slam. Yes.
Don't do
because
this.
like you can.
We almost made it through the entire episode correctly.
They're also, I feel like they just,
They're fluffy.
I like the texture.
Crispy on the outside,
fluffy on
soft
the
in the middle.
Mm-hmm. The little pools of syrup that gather in
And
the
you
squares.
get a good Belgian waffle. It could like melt in your mouth.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
That's right. That's
You know,
what I'm
I just
saying.
don't want to hear any criticisms of my syrup intake if your entire argument is that there are several pools of syrup on a waffle.
I wasn't criticizing your syrup intake.
You weren't.
I didn't criticize it. We weren't criticizing it. We were just
You
letting the
weren't.
record show it.
Yeah. There's
To be
Record
fair.
show it.
To be fair, it's true. I have made people give me looks in restaurants with the amount
The
of
syrup is insane. If you guys, whatever amount of syrup
But
you're
he's not
picturing in your mind right
criticizing.
now,
He's just
whatever
pointing it
amount of
out.
syrup, whatever amount of syrup you're picturing in your mind right now, multiply that by like 10.
Yeah.
And
But
that's probably the
but
accurate
no,
amount of syrup.
that's why the waffles to me are superior.
Well, you've convinced me. I
Let's
love
go
waffles.
waffles. Let's go
Let's go
pancakes.
waffles.
Let's go. Why not both?
Waffles. Okay, let's go pancakes. Let's go waffles. Let's go pancakes. Let's go waffles. All right, we're good.
This is a celebration episode, so we had to
That's
get that in there
true.
somewhere.
Yep.
All right. We have 2 more questions.
We can do it.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So
The first question is from one Bethany Kiddo. I wonder who that could be. Just kidding. Shout outs to Bethany. She's awesome.
She put all these
I
questions
know
together,
how
by the
much
way.
She did. She
Thank
did.
you.
She did us
Shout
a
out.
solid with this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She said, so I know how much you love Junko Inoshima from Danganronpa. Please elaborate on the similarities and differences between Junko and Elaine. I need that on my desk by Monday. But seriously, I would like to know everyone's favorite villain in a JRPG or RPG.
Oh man, that's tough. Favorite villain?
most of my favorite villains are spoilers.
Oh yeah. That's fair.
I'll say Sephiroth. I like.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, he's a
dun,
classic.
dun, 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 dun.
Mm,
Nobody said Sephiroth.
what?
Oh, it's from One Wing Angel, you know? Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Nobody said
Oh.
it. Come on now. You gotta jump in.
I'm trying to think though.
It's midnight, y'all.
Hard to. I mean,
Food?
there are a lot of villains, but they're obviously spoilers. So it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think though.
Like my favorite villains are spoilers because the best villains don't reveal themselves at the beginning of the game as villains. That's my opinion.
That's true.
I know who you're referring to.
Yeah,
Or
I
at
do
least
too.
one of who you're referring to. Yeah.
I do too. I really do like. I brought him up earlier in this episode, but I really do like the elusive man from Mass Effect. And I don't think it's a huge spoiler that he's a villain. You kind of figure that out as the games go on. But I really like him because he's just a very ruthless guy. And his methods are not great. Like, they hurt a lot of people, and they're really only to advance like humanity's survival versus everyone else in the galaxy. But I think that like he really like towed the line a lot of the time with like trying to do everything he could to help humanity with the Reaper threat, and then also like, becoming a villain. Like there was just kind of this back and forth, and eventually you see what he becomes. But it was just interesting to see more of like this antagonist that made some good points, but also at the same time was not the best guy either. And you could kind of see him like go back and forth. And it was just, I thought it was a really cool villain. And Martin Sheen voices him and did an incredible job. So
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, so he's just a really cool villain overall, and I like that. Like, he's not just like pure evil. Like there is someone in there that legitimately cares, and it's just coming out in a warped way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say N
I thought about that one too.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are a lot of other villains I'm thinking of, and as I'm thinking of them, I'm like, oh yeah, that would be a spoiler, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a spoiler though.
Now you kind of know the whole time. It's just more so like you learn more about the why.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep, those are good ones. You have a task for Bethany by Monday that you need to write down or elaborate on the similarities and differences between Junko and Elaine. So we'll be expecting that from you come Monday.
I'll
All right,
prepare
and we're
my
on
thesis.
to our good. We're on to our last question. Are you ready for this?
So.
This one is for Slam and Brandon. I've been meaning to ask, as a new gaming parent, what games do you use to first introduce to children? I don't want to force gaming on my kids, obviously, or do I? But some good natural first picks or things that are safe to play while they watch would be greatly appreciated.
And that's from Alexandra Knott.
From Alexandra Knott, yep.
Yeah. The first game my daughter ever played was Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo Mini, which I actually have right there.
Let's go.
And I think platformers were just easy. I think Nintendo has like really nailed just design philosophy for games like that, where it introduces you to these mechanics in ways that is just really easy to understand and pick up. And you see the little, you see an enemy coming at you, your instinct is to jump, right? Or maybe you don't do anything and then it immediately kills you, but you're right back there. And then that immediately tells you what you're supposed to do, right? So it's like, that was a good one. She loved it. Had a great time with Super Mario World. Now she is really into she's been playing Tomodachi Life constantly, and she created the whole family into Tomodachi Life. So, she's got my wife and me and her grandparents and everybody else. And she's like trying to play all the mini games to get my wife and I married in the game, and like that kind of stuff. And she loves Pokopia, and Animal Crossing. I mean, she played so much Animal Crossing when that came out on Switch. So those are the games she really likes. But ultimately, I think Nintendo's are great.
Yeah.
Introduction. A lot of really safe games to play for the kids. A lot of really fun. Like, they prioritize fun and mechanics up front most of the time. So they do grab their attention quickly, and they're also just, cool games to play like as a family. We play Mario Kart and stuff too, and the Wii Sports and everything like that. So yeah, that's where I'd go.
Yeah, I found that with my littles, introducing them to some things that are game related before they're old enough to play the games was also kind of a fun thing. So like Pokemon was easy, right? Like, hey, here are some cool looking Pokemon, or, what do you think about this Pokemon? And they picked up on the characters and the designs really quickly. They knew what they were really quickly. And then when Lauralee in particular, my oldest, was old enough, she was able to pick up Pokemon, and I played it with her, but she actually played through and beat that game. Her first one was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. But then she played Brilliant Diamond. I started Pokemon Sword with her, which she's totally obsessed with right now. And those games are perfect for that. Mario Kart is also perfect, like things that they can watch and get into. There were some games that I showed them, but I would give them like limited exposure to. So like we played Fantasian together when they were a little bit older, but I gave them limited exposure to that. But Dragon Quest games are also really, really great. Like I played Dragon Quest 3 and 1, 2, and 3 with them. And they loved it. And Dragon Quest 3, you make your own party. So like I made a Laura Lee character, I made a Samira character, and they loved it. Like Laura Lee became a sage and she was using all this magic and she was freaking out. She's like, yeah, this is awesome. So stuff like that can be fun where there are games that you can show them or you can play with them. And then as they get older, you can introduce them to games like Pokemon or things like that. And they pick it up a lot faster than you might expect. Even with Pokopia, they're basically, both of them are basically playing that by themselves. They don't really need me at all. And there's a lot going on in Pokopia. So I feel like giving them some level of exposure to like age appropriate games can get them into that kind of thing. And then you can give them a chance to play something of their own. But Super Mario RPG, things like that could potentially be good as well. It really depends. But before you even introduce them to the screen itself, there's so much merch and fun stuff out there. You can get them stuffed animals or things like that they'll love, and they'll get used to those characters and things like that. And then you can just bring them in. So I've had fun with that. The girls love looking at the nerdy stuff with me. So that's fun. All right.
Wow.
And that's going to do it for our 2000 sub Q&A extravaganza. Whew, this is going to be like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, it sure is. Woo.
We just want to say again at the end of all this, thank you all for being here. Thank you for everything you've brought to this channel, the comments, the likes, the Discord shenanigans, the members, the questions that we get every week. You guys have really turned this into something genuinely special. Like even going back to talking about when Slam and I just started this and we're just like, let's just do something and see how it goes. And then bringing Mags along and then sort of morphing into what it is now. There's so much that we will be able to do in the future that we're excited to do with you guys. But we are very grateful for the journey that we have had to get here. So shout outs to everyone here. Mags or Slam, any last words before we close it out?
No, I mean, I love the community we built here. I echo everything you said. And I think these questions actually show a lot about how we built like this positive space on the internet for people to come and talk about video games and, you know, express their opinions on games. And like we said multiple times here, if you haven't joined the Discord, it is free. Like we keep it open. Like we don't lock it behind anything because we want it to be a space for our community to feel like they can go and interact with other like-minded people that just want to talk about, you know, JRPGs and games and all the chaos that comes from this show. So
that's true. Yeah.
We appreciate you all.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a big thank you to everyone who has supported us throughout this journey so far and who will continue to. It's just been such a blessing to get to do this every week, and it's fun. And it's also been really cool just to see how it's grown and evolved so far. Like I never would have imagined that it would be what it is today. And I look forward to how much it's going to grow and change in the future too. I mean, I just feel like the possibilities are endless and chaotic and fun and amazing. And I'm just really, really thankful. So thank you to everyone who's made this possible. We appreciate you. And we can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah. All right. Slam, where can everybody find you?
Slam Zany on YouTube and Twitter mostly, but that's where I am everywhere. But I'm also on this podcast.
Right here on this podcast. Mags, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Avenger Mags on Twitter and on Blue Sky, and writing for Nintendo Force magazine. We're finalizing our September-October issue, and Fire Emblem's on the cover. So
let's go, baby! Fire Emblem.
Look forward to that. The magazine's like central feature is about choose wisely. and games that require you to make choices and how they work. So it's been really
Interesting.
fun to work on this one, and I think people are going to love it. So yeah, and you can also find me here on this podcast.
Right on this podcast.
Right.
All right. And I'm Retro Brandon. You can find me at Retro Brandon on YouTube. You can find me at NovaBrand on Twitter. And you can find me right here on this podcast as well. So thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for bringing us to this point, and we will see y'all in the next one.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Later.